Hi, YouTube. It's Crazy Joe and Spooky Dudes. Spooky Dudes, what are you eating? What is it?
Turkey and cheese sandwich.
What kind of bread?
I got Sara Lee's Delightful, 45 calories, low carb, high protein and
Nice.
fiber.
Do you have tomatoes on that shit or what?
Don't I got no fresh veggies, but I got turkey, slice of low fat cheese, and some protein Cheez-Its.
Merp! Woohoo! So, let's talk about this weather up here in Nordak, North Dakota. It's horrible.
It's actually messed up.
We got all this smoke going on up here, Merp. And it sucks, man. Like, seriously, my allergies are like, I don't know. You know that part in The Shining when Nicholson's like, when she's looking at the thing, the book, it is evil.
Yeah.
And when she's looking at it, it says, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And then he slowly's creeping up on her, and it got that little cello, that ding ding music.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, do you like it? That's how I feel right now. I could
Yeah.
snap any time. Give me the bat. Give me the bat.
Dude, that's just you in general.
Yeah, I know. What's it sound like? I got a fan blowing on me because it's freaking hot. Is it all right?
I don't really hear anything. No.
Okay.
But yeah.
America.
Sup, Son and Joe. Sup, Oz. How you doing?
Ozzy. How you doing? I don't know, but I hate it. I really hate it. Oh my God, check this out. I scored big time yesterday, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Scored on the Bronze Age 70s horror comics. Look at that. Sweet. Watch this. Come on, dude. Work. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Never kill a Santa Claus.
I've never heard of Witching Hour before.
It's one of those. See, that's a cool thing, man. Back in the 70s. Okay, so right here you got the approved by the Comics Code, right?
Mm-hmm.
There used to never be a Comics Code for comics. That's why, like, if you get horror comics, like Creepshow and stuff from the late 50s, during the 60s, I mean, they'd show people getting their freaking nuts cut off. There was no big deal to them. They didn't care. So then the Comics Code came up so they could keep the horror comics going. But they had to edit it. And then you got like Werewolf by Night, Tomb of Dracula. You got all those really, but Witching Hour, that's some creepy, beautifully creepy shit.
Yeah, that's sick. I didn't know that.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so tonight we're gonna talk about a few flicks, a few movies. You have anything queued up?
I have two things queued up.
All right. Well,
I was gonna say we should wait a couple more minutes for more people to come in.
Why?
I don't know.
Because then they just feel lost and stuff, and they'll be like, "What's going on?"
And
We
they're
don't
scared,
know.
and I'll play the first one I got.
Well, no, wait, don't do it.
I don't know if we haven't done this one, so
don't do it.
Don't do it. Hey, you can't be doing that.
How long do you want to stay on tonight?
As long as whatever's right.
I think we should go through these movies real quick, and then we should find like
top 10 brutal. Top 10
yeah,
brutal
just
scary.
a really creepy video to go over and talk about,
Mm-hmm.
And then we can like pause it. I'll find one on my end, and then we can go in there and. What do you mean can't be doing that now?
Can't be doing that. You can't be doing that now.
Ozzy. Son. Rick Derringer died, man.
Really?
Yeah, all these people are dying this week.
It's fucked
You know,
up.
rock and roll, hoochie coo, rock and roll, hoochie coo. Oh, speaking of Ozzy, I have been avidly, like, it's disgusting. I've been watching 1977 Love Gun tour, and what was before Destroyer? Love Gun, I think.
Hmm.
And holy shit, those guys are like seriously, Kiss was amazing back in the day. They still are. I mean, not really, but they still are. But like, that was something you literally, when they say, when Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, that's just not being arrogant, saying nobody has seen anything like that before. They're not lying, dude.
Hmm.
I mean, they put on freaking shows. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Oh, Purple Yoshi.
Purple Yoshi.
Purple Yoshi's on.
What's up, Purple Yoshi?
Purple Yoshi. Okay, well, let's see what do we got here. Just wait. What do we got here?
Got a little hammer. A little hammer horror.
Whoa!
The curse of the werewolf that was laid on a baby who grew into a man possessed by a monster. To this Spanish town, the night brought drinking and dancing, music and girls, and the moon. The full moon that turned an innocent man into a savage beast. The curse of the werewolf. A man possessed by a desperate need for love, who found in Christina all the passionate...
Got a little bit of poop on his head.
Okay, so wait, we'll pause it here. See, pause it here. Okay, so no, keep going. I'm just trying to make it so it doesn't all. Okay, yeah, keep going.
Honestly, no. Oliver Reed in this movie looks fucking goofy as shit.
Well, he is goofy.
He is.
I'm
Hello.
one of us. What's up,
I'm
dude?
one of us.
And we got Mike,
Got Mike in here. Let's go.
comic reader. Hello, Mike. Miss you.
Miss you, Mike. Miss you too.
He does, but I mean, he was, and he's such an intense actor too. You know, he always had been. Everything that he did.
He's a
but this
freak.
movie-
He's a little freaky. He's a little freak boy.
Oh yeah, I mean, he just kind of loved being just a weirdo, you know.
Yeah.
But I really, I'm gonna be pretty bold here. This is my behind. There's so many great werewolf movies. Yet, how many great Dracula movies are there? More?
Yeah.
Are there better Dracula movies than there are werewolf movies?
I would say so.
Or really, you think so? Because I mean, the Wolfman, of those movies that came out, Universal put out in the late 30s and early 40s.
Yeah.
The best one for me, the one that I enjoy the most, is the Wolfman. Because Lon Chaney Jr., I mean, if you watch that movie and watch his performance, that's Oscar caliber.
Yeah. Dude, I remember we went to one of the local theaters in town was playing old like Universal monster movies, which is so nice to see. Like I know other places do that, but ours never has done that ever. And we watched Frankenstein and Wolfman.
We saw Bride of Frankenstein too.
Bride of Frankenstein, yep. And there's something so like interesting about all those main actors that were casted, like Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, and like Lon Chaney Jr. When you watch those movies, they are acting on a completely different level than everybody else in those fucking movies.
Yeah.
Like everyone else is like stuck in like a hey buddy, hey, hoo ha. But then like when you like listen to them, like the way they talk is like literally they're fucking like natural, like real people.
It's real. It's exactly. It's naturalism. which is nice when it was nice because that's why I like the Hammer movies. And I will talk Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee up like forever, right? Forever. I loved Van Helsing. I thought Van Helsing was an awesome action movie. I really dug it. I thought it was so good. Yeah, it is, Mike. It is. But, okay, so you have Dracula, right? You have a vampire.
Mhm.
How many vampire movies do you watch? Like the Wolfman, the werewolf is somebody that's not asking for to get bit. It's just something that happens. There's an attack, brutalization,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden this guy, like David Nodden and American Werewolf in London,
Oh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But Dracula knows he's freaking evil right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Dracula's a douchebag right off the bat because he knows.
He's a freak.
He accepted what he did years ago. Someone bitten with the mark of the beast, the Wolfman, they don't ask for that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's saying, hey, you want to get bit by me? I'm a werewolf. Oh, yeah, sure. That'd be great.
Hey. What you doing? Get off of there. Get off of there. Sorry, my cat's being a fucking...
Quentin! Quentin's here.
Yeah. I don't know. I just really like the...
Tormentor and the Tormented. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just like Lon Chaney Jr. When he got bit, I mean, he didn't know anything. He was trying to save himself.
Yeah.
And another interesting thing that I find very interesting about werewolf movies. You can only kill a werewolf. This is the Universal Studios and Lon Chaney Jr. say that, whatever. It's got to be a silver bullet. They can only be killed by silver and someone who loves them. Right? Mm-hmm. And it's so bizarre to think that you have Frankenstein where the doctor, in a way, is mother and father.
Yeah.
Frankenstein was written by a woman, why Mary Shelley doesn't get more props, I'll never know. She does, but the book she wrote was amazing. What is it called? The Prometheus? Can't remember what the name of it. But so you have basically the mother figure with Frankenstein, but with the father, it's normally a father that kills the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Claude Rains killed his father, killed Lon Chaney Jr.
Mm-hmm.
In Curse of the Werewolf, spoiler alert, his dad kills him.
Yeah.
But that was like the old werewolf stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think when the Howling came out, that kind of changed it up quite a bit. Because they wanted to put something besides.
Yeah, it just made it like contemporary.
Yeah. So, Curse of the Werewolf, American Werewolf in London, The Wolfman, and Bad Moon.
The Modern Prometheus. There we go.
Modern Prometheus. Thank you, Mike. And Bad Moon. Bad Moon is like one of my favorite all-time.
Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers. I mean, look at that.
Yeah. Dog
Soldiers is amazing. It's like Alien, but with werewolves. Aliens, but with werewolves.
Yeah. I love anything werewolf. Like werewolves are my shit.
Yeah.
Fucking Silver Bullet.
Yeah. Silver Bullet.
Like. What other werewolf movies? I love Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps is good.
The first Ginger Snaps and the second one I enjoy too. It's a little goofy, but
I haven't seen that new werewolf movie yet, though.
Werewolves or whatever with Frank Grillo.
But no, the one with the family that's out at the cabin. What was that called? Wolfman.
Oh shit, yeah. I haven't seen that either.
Um, but that part in Dog Soldiers, dude, when they're in the house and the werewolves are just ripping the house apart and they're trying to find places to hide and shit.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's finish up this trailer here.
Yeah, let's finish the trailer up here.
Down to you.
Christina, do you love me? Will you marry me, Christina? You say you love me, will you marry me?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Help me! Get away! Get away!
Help.
Get away!
Help.
No!
Ah.
Terrence Fisher.
No doubt, dude. He's the man. So, and that's another thing with the I was waiting for the werewolf to turn around, Oliver Reed to turn around, but back then they couldn't show. It would be too scary for the audiences, you know, unless you paid for the ticket. It's like James Arness, who played the Thing and the Thing from Another World.
Yeah.
They didn't show his face. Even in the movie, they didn't really show his face because it was too considered at the time too terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
I love that movie. I remember watching that movie with that little Hammer film collection box set that you had.
Mm-hmm.
The part when the Oliver Reed's like actual dad is like sitting there and he's like eating the fucking turkey leg or whatever.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
What'd you think of the Benicio del Toro?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that movie was awesome. Some people called Tucker the Werewolf. Yeah, my nickname's the Werewolf in a lot of circles. That's not even a joke. That's not even a bit or anything.
That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
I have a name tag that says Werewolf, and then one that says The Werewolf.
The Werewolf.
Yeah.
I thought the one scene in the new Werewolf or the Wolfman movie when all those doctors and physicians are standing around in that surgeon the room, and he's like, "I'm going to kill all of you," and they're like, "Oh, he's crazy."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he transforms. Once again, who's the bad guy in that movie? His father.
Yeah, I like they added that werewolf fight scene between them. Yeah.
It's always werewolves will always be about fathers and sons, and you're called werewolf.
Yeah. Another werewolf movie.
Like we're gonna have to battle, dude. We're gonna have to have a full blown battle.
Guess we'll have to fight then. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta fight.
One movie, actually, it's gonna be my movie from the '80s that involves a werewolf. That I'm gonna have on here. But there's a scene with the father in a werewolf transformation scene.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
is that okay? I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
'Cause I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Curse of the Werewolf. Any of the Hammer movies, Terrence Fisher is the fucking goat.
He is.
But I love that movie. That movie's so good. That's such a classic. I need to rewatch it, honestly. I want to get the Scream Factory Blu-ray of it
Yeah.
to watch.
All right, give me a second here. We're the kids in America. Whoa.
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm unprepared.
You're good.
right, so I'm just gonna basically jump into this one. Since that was your movie from the 60s,
Mhm.
okay. You ready for this, man?
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Freaking
Do you
ready,
think you'd
dude.
be able to handle this?
The mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here. And now, for the first time, we are bringing to you the full story of what happened on that fateful day.
You believe there are such things as flying saucers, Colonel?
Flying saucers, Captain, are still a rumor.
We've had contact with them. Radio.
This is Eros, a space soldier from a planet of your galaxy.
What plan will you follow now?
Plan 9.
Plan 9 deals with the resurrection of the dead. Have you attempted any of this plan as yet?
Yes, Excellency.
It's too bad it was handled this way.
You see? You see? Your stupid minds! Stupid! Stupid!
My friend, can your heart stand the shocking facts about grave robbers from outer space?
Some good old Ed Wood.
Yep. Your stupid, stupid minds. God, I love that movie.
Mhm.
So that's my 60s choice. Plan 9 from Outer Space. Stupid, stupid
Dude,
minds.
stupid.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you know the one guy that's reading his lines. He's like, "Oh yes, I see. Plan 9 from Outer Space." That guy. That's Kreskin.
Oh shit.
No, Kreskin. No, wait. No. I am so sorry. Kreskin's the guy that's like the reporter type guy that's talking. And remember the Kreskin board game that we got?
Mhm.
The Great Kreskin?
Oh shit.
That's him. Yeah. I don't, after watching Plan 9, dude, I don't really care what the first 8 are. It's got to be really weird.
Plan 1.
Plan 1 would be like, I don't know.
I don't know. No.
Step on their toes.
Step on their toes a little bit.
Because I mean, Plan 9, they're bringing people back from the dead, dude. They bring Bela Lugosi back as like Dracula. You know who paid for Bela Lugosi's funeral?
Who?
Frank Sinatra.
Really?
Yep.
Good
True
old
story.
Frank.
Plan 9 from Outer Space, when I was in college years and years and years ago, we used to have a drinking game to it. Anytime a set piece moved, anytime you saw a wire, anytime that the sparkler that they used didn't go out right away and you could see the end of the sparkler, anything that was bad in that movie, you took a drink and you're like drunk within 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not a bad, I don't mind Plan 9 from Outer Space.
It's an entertaining, like low budget movie.
It's a very entertaining flick, you know. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll crawl on your belly like a reptile.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes me want to watch Ed Wood, the Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
That movie's fucking awesome, dude.
It is
I
awesome.
love that's probably like one of the most like sincere Tim Burton movies ever.
Oh, it's beautiful. How much that Ed Wood loved.
Mhm.
And then you got Vincent D'Onofrio as Orson Welles.
Yep.
When I was doing Kane. Yeah. Oh, it was such a good movie. Bill Murray, when they're at their wrestling match, is talking about wanting to go down to Mexico so he can get his balls cut off and put in a jar.
Yeah.
Did he come accepted in Mexico?
1994 that came out. Damn, I kind of want to watch that again.
It is a great movie.
The Martin Landau.
It's Academy Award winner with Martin Landau because he won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
For that movie?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's sick.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Stupid minds. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's an awesome movie. That's a good like drinking movie or
yeah.
Get nice and cozy.
It's true. It stays in Mexico. All right, so that's my 60s. All right, are we into the 70s now?
We're into the 70s now. I got one of my favorite movies ever.
Do you have anything good to say about the So Plan 9, that's a good movie. We like it.
I love Plan 9. I think that movie's awesome. I have it on VHS too. It like adds to the
it adds to the cheesy. Yeah.
To the cheesy.
Okay, so we're done with the 60s. So now we're going to hit up the 70s.
What happens in Mexico stays in Mexico. Thanks, Ozzy.
This is the 70s. Yeah, here we go.
Ready?
It's a great movie.
20th Century Fox presents Phantom of the Paradise, a gothic horror story.
What was that?
What was that?
A beautiful love story.
Oh, love, baby. Like a circus.
A cinematic odyssey through the rock universe. From Greece to glitter.
Wow!
And beyond. The story of a sound, the man who created it, the girl who sang it, the monster who stole it, and the phantom who haunts the paradise, the ultimate rock palace. Phantom of the Paradise.
My music is for Phoenix. Only she can sing it. Anyone else that tries, dies.
Phoenix.
Well, you told me one time that you'd be somebody, that you weren't working just to survive.
B.
Just whoa. Man, you better get yourself a castrato for this.
Paul Williams as Swan.
And the angels that defeated them.
I want you to stop terrorizing the paradise and rewrite your cantata.
And the Phantom.
Stop and try me, only you might satisfy me,
Phantom of the Paradise.
There really is the Phantom.
Man, I haven't seen that movie in years, dude. That's a great movie.
That is Brian De Palma.
Palma.
You have I love Jessica Harper in it so much.
Oh yeah.
Paul Williams soundtrack. I literally think I don't think I go like a week without listening to one of the songs off that soundtrack. Also, Paul Williams as the villain Swan is like he's really fucking good in it.
Yeah.
Beef, the flamboyant singer they get to replace Phoenix in it. That shit is genuinely awesome. When he gets hit with the lightning bolt and he's like
Yeah.
But oh my god, what's his name? Will Finley? Is that his name?
I think so.
He was in Sisters as well. But Tongue Out, yeah. But yeah, I legitimately think that Phantom of the Paradise is probably like I have like my Mount Rushmore of movies, and it's like Life Aquatic, Fright Night, The Thing, and then Phantom of the Paradise. And Miller's Crossing. Those are like my 5 favorite movies ever. I've seen Phantom of the Paradise I watch it probably like 5 times a year.
It's a great. We used to have that copy too, or do you have that copy?
I still got it. I got it.
What is it?
Scream Factory.
Scream Factory. Well, yeah, it's the one that the trailer came out.
I actually have not tested out. I got a new since I've been gone from like being on the stream and stuff, I've been super busy. I did get a sound system for my TV, and I haven't tested it out yet. I might actually do that after stream, honestly, because test out listen to all the music in pretty 5.1.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack is so good that it's so heartbreaking. It's so fucked up and sad. This movie's crazy. The guys that play as the band members that are like changing throughout each version of the Paradise that Swan makes using Winslow Leach or the Phantom's music that he rewrites to like fit the tones and the fads of the time. So there's like a 60s like Beach Boys type. There's a gothic rock. There's
Shauna Na. Yeah.
So it's but the guys that sing all that stuff, they were like the founders of like the Groundlings improv group in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Chicago, yeah. So like a lot of those guys are like, I mean, they can sing. They can sing. It's awesome.
Look at John Belushi.
Yeah,
John Belushi could sing, and
Yeah.
so could Dan Aykroyd. Those guys were legit, like musicians. Aykroyd and Belushi were legit, man. Beautiful. All right.
There's some moments where, like the guy that plays as Beef, he was also like Bud the Chud, and the dad in Child's Play 2, and then he's also the dad in Vision or TerraVision.
TerraVision
with Uncle Rico, is that his name from Napoleon Dynamite? But I legitimately, like, no bullshit, think that Phantom of the Paradise is like one of the most, like, it's got to be. Are you heading now? Yeah. All right, have it going. One of the best, like movies ever made, ever. I will say that. I think it's just awesome. So, anyways, but
you put your stamp. You put your stamp of approval on it.
I can't even. I like bunch of other extra arms show up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gotta be like,
good,
as they say,
good.
Goated.
Another good choice, son. Another good choice, Spooky Dudes.
Let's go.
All right, I got another one to go here. So here we go. Here's my 70s pick. It is a remake of a 1950s movie. Early 60s. This movie, when I was a kid, man, this movie freaked the shit out of me. I remember when it appeared on ABC's Sunday night at the movies. All right. You ready? Just give me a second. Got to get this queued up here. No messing around. You know, there is easier ways to do this. I just don't know what it is. Or do I care? All right. Here it comes.
They come from a dying world. They drift through the universe, pushed on by the solar winds. They adapt, and they survive. The function of all life is survival. Sleep. Sleep. Sleep. From deep space, sleep. The seed is planted. Sleep. Sleep. Terror grows.
Matthew! Matthew!
Like the others.
Elizabeth, wake up! Get you when you sleep. Sit up!
Invasion of the body snatchers.
It's got no detail, no character. It's unformed.
All of a sudden, they're growing like parasites. Is it contagious? People are being duplicated.
How do you know my name? I didn't tell you my name.
I can't find anything in here that looks like a body. One side's nosebleed.
It looked right at me.
You're looking at it as if it was human. It was not human.
Now, the classic fear begins to grow.
We're being cornered.
In a modern masterpiece of science fiction.
They're barricading the street.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Get down!
Starring Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams, Leonard Nimoy. Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Such a bizarre choice. Such a bizarre choice for music.
Yeah, it's a little goofy. I thought, do you, baby? True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I forget to put that on like my list of favorite remakes.
You know the weird thing about that movie too, though, is like at the very beginning when they're in the park. Yes, it is. I'm one of us. And Robert Duvall is dressed up as that priest, and he's just like on the swing, and that's it. You don't see anything more of the Duvall. It's just very odd. Very odd.
Do you remember the bagpipes at the beginning of In the Name of the Father?
Yeah.
Do the boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom. It does get you pumped up.
Yeah.
But I just realized this too, because like Leonard Nimoy is in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, right?
Oh yeah.
Under the cowl. How you doing, dude? Oh yeah, the dog face. That guy was the he was in a lot of John Carpenter movies too, I think. No, I'm thinking about somebody else. But so you got the bagpipes playing, and it's got Leonard Nimoy in it. And in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, when they shoot Spock into space, into the planet, Genesis, you hear the bagpipes. I just thought that was interesting. Kirby! I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's one of my all-time, like, when it comes to remakes, because that was just, it was so different, like, because the Sutherland character, the same as the Andrew McCarthy, the actor that played that same name character, but Sutherland was like a food inspector.
Mm-hmm.
I always remember that because he goes in there and he finds like bird or mouse shit in the kitchen or someplace, and he's turning it off. But you got Jeff Goldblum.
Mm-hmm.
You got the most annoying screamer in the world, Veronica Cartwright from Alien.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna get it. But that part in the bathtub, the tub scene with the bodies and they're in there.
Yeah.
A part of me still says, I wanted Donald Sutherland's character to win, to get away so badly that even at the end when he points and he screams, I still don't believe that he is actually taken over. Or that's not him.
Mm.
God, wouldn't that be weird if that kind of shit really did happen? It's like you're fighting for survival. Like all the movies we watch that you're fighting for something, because you're always fighting for something, right?
Mm.
There always has to be a fight. Every situation you're in, you're fighting for something. But you're like literally, you are fighting. That is one of the only. In Jaws, you're fighting for your life, right? From a shark. But still, there's some point, I think, where you know that you could probably make it. But with everybody, gone and they're taken over, that's a true fight for survival, dude.
Yeah, shit's scary.
That's terrifying,
Yeah.
man. And Philip Kaufman directed that too, and he directed. I think his next movie he did was The Right Stuff, which is one of my also great '80s movie. Sam Shepard, rest in peace.
Yeah. I also forget like the original Body Snatchers is good. Good. It's amazing. Classic. And then the remake's amazing. I've seen the 1993 Body Snatchers with like Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
But I don't remember it. And then the Invasion, I also don't remember. I think Daniel Craig's in that one.
Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman. Yeah.
I don't remember that one
good.
either.
It's not good.
So,
it's not a good movie.
But yeah. But yeah, that's like another classic movie.
I freaking love that movie. I just love it. I got kind of an outer space theme going on here.
Yeah. But yeah,
after my 80s movie is going to be kind of different.
Yeah, mine too.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is it.
Nice. All right, we don't even have to set this up.
Well,
this is self-explanatory, man. This is like, if you haven't seen this movie, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you.
True. Okay, are we in?
Yep, let's go.
For Michael J. Fox, life hasn't been easy.
I'm going through changes.
His voice is changing.
Give me a keg of beer.
Is there anything wrong with me?
He's got hair on his chest. He stopped being a boy.
What do you think about to get worked up?
At last, he's become...
Scott? Scott Howard? This is your father speaking. Now open this door right this minute.
a wolf.
An explanation is probably wrong.
Dad, an explanation? Look at me. Look at you.
Like, come on, dude. Like,
I know,
bro.
look at that.
Like, what? He's just sitting there like, come on.
It's just like, yeah. It's beautiful.
it's so fucking goofy. I love this movie so much.
Dad, an explanation? Look at me. Look at you.
He's always wanted to be something special, but he never expected this.
Then everybody be
Teen Wolf. He's got style.
There's something different about you. Did you change your hair?
He's got class.
wolf person.
He's got hair all over his body.
Wolves aren't supposed to be shy.
He's a wolf in teens clothing. And tonight is his night to howl. Teen Wolf, a new comedy with Michael J. Fox, star of Back to the Future.
Oh, what's that?
Oh shit! I didn't do that, but yeah, that's got to be one of my favorite things ever.
And there's the naked guy at the end of the movie.
Yeah, with his dick out. Yeah, it's crazy.
So if you guys don't know this, in the last scene, the last basketball game of the movie, when he makes the shot, he turns back into little Scott Howard, and then he makes the shot, and everything's all quiet and stuff, and then the crowd goes crazy. Well, if you're watching it, he's over here. There's a dude over there that whipped his dick out. So when he's jumping up, he's like, "Yay!" It's like I can't believe that got out there, but it did.
Yeah, it's yeah, that's gotta be one of my. That's like the most formative movie in my life.
Is it?
You know what I mean. Like Michael J. Fox was like my fucking hero growing up. I wanted to be Michael J. Fox so bad. So like Back to the Future, but Teen Wolf's just such a good oh man. And then the Teen Wolf sequel, the Teen Wolf 2, Jason Bateman. Like I fucking love that movie too. It's not as good as the original, but and then the animated series.
Yeah.
The intro just like makes me chuckle, dude. But yeah, that's another one of my movies. Dude, Teen Wolf is like unbeatable. The soundtrack's awesome. The fucking Michael J. Fox is so likable in that movie.
I know.
Ah, man. I don't know. There's something about that movie. The scene where he transforms in the bathroom.
And then his daddy opens the door. His
dad's just like,
we need to talk.
His dad's just like,
I know. He's just like all puffy old werewolf dude.
Hmm.
Or also when he talks to the principal, the dad's talking to the principal. He's like, I'm not going to let you mess up my kid's life like you did mine. And he made the little glowing.
And the glowing red eyes.
Did you notice when he's in there asking the guy in the
different voice?
Beer? It was a different voice that they used in the movie. So they must have watched the trailer and they were like,
oh,
that
man.
sounded really stupid. Yeah. We need to get something else in there, you know?
Yeah. Audio of Tucker at the beginning there. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That was me growling. But I don't know what it is. The scene where he's on the top of the van with the Beach Boys playing and he's like, fucking, like, come on. And then fucking Francis from Pee-wee's in it. He plays
great.
Styles. 1 second, I'll be right back. I got something from this movie. I actually have. I'll be right back.
Okay. When he was a little lad, his mother got him a T-shirt. It's pretty impressive. Big Bad Wolf. So how's everybody doing tonight? You guys having a good time? Big Bad Wolf. I know exactly what it's like. Right. You really have it still?
Right, I found it. So I actually have the old one when I was a kid, but my uncle Dan, he got me. It was Dan that got me that, and it was the Styles wears a shirt that says, "What are you looking at, Dick Nose?" And he got me that shirt like years ago. But anyways, my sister Tasia, who might be watching or not, I don't know, I'm not too sure, but she got me one, like a grown-up version. What are you looking at, Dick Nose? The same shirt that Styles wears in the movie. It was just so awesome. I love Styles. Just shows up in every different fucking cuts of his scenes wearing a different shirt. And it's just like, oh man.
Good stuff, man.
What
are you looking at, Dick Nose? Okay, thumbs up on Teen Wolf. You have to do. It's just.
I'm not gonna lie. I might watch that movie like right after the stream. I might watch Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf?
Yeah. So.
Give me a second. This here is what this movie was like the shit back in the day. I'm not gonna lie. It gave us something to have when we didn't have anything. This makes any sense?
Yeah. Todd Howard's the Teen Wolf too. That's true.
What's going on? He hates it. Is it on there?
I don't see anything.
Had a dream.
What's going on?
You really are leaving here, aren't you?
To be as far away from here as possible.
You get your chance when it comes. You gotta grab it with both hands.
It started with a game.
You're gonna bust the record.
But it wasn't just any game.
You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada.
And then one night...
Centauri's the name. We have to talk about a matter of utmost importance. Step into my office. I've seen him come and I've seen him go, but you're the best, my boy. Light years ahead of the competition.
Hey. Alex didn't find his dream.
Hey, look out! Oh, dear.
His dream found him.
Where are we? Welcome to Rylos, my boy.
A world on the brink of destruction.
You were recruited by the Star League to defend
the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada.
Of all the life forms, on all the planets, in all the galaxies,
Oh my God!
one has been chosen. Alex Rogan
Alex?
I'm Max.
is the last starfighter. For every Earthling who's ever imagined traveling beyond the stars,
Maybe there is a starfighter left.
I love you, Alex Rogan.
comes the unforgettable story of one who made it. The last starfighter.
Man, they
Nick
didn't give very
Castle.
much away in there.
Nick Castle.
Heck yeah. Oh,
Michael
I love that
Myers.
movie.
Michael Myers himself.
Oh, God, I love that movie. Just a great flick. I that's all I have to say. I know
Yeah.
Easy Reader. You're Easy Comic Reader. I'm one of us. Quentin. We all get it.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
they
sure
need-
they're remaking it.
They need to leave it the hell alone.
I'm pretty sure I read something about that, or like a sequel or something. Like a
They need to, if they made a sequel, that'd be fine.
Mhm.
But that's just such a great movie.
Lance Guest.
Lance Guest is great.
I love Lance Guest, dude. Halloween. I'm gonna use Halloween 2.
Halloween 2.
And then Late Phases.
Late Phases, another great werewolf
That's
movie.
another great werewolf movie.
In fact, if you guys haven't seen Late Phases, it's the story of a blind. Is he a Vietnam vet?
Yep.
And he's in an old folks' home or a area, and there's a werewolf around. Who's all in that? Is Daniel Stern in that too? No, Tom Noonan. You got Tom Noonan, Lance Guest, and then the dude that plays the blind soldier. That's a great movie.
Mhm.
That is a great movie. Beautiful werewolf movie, as most of them are. Last Starfighter was one of those movies that was rented back in the day for $5 a night, and we got that 8 times a month. We were always watching Last Starfighter. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I remember watching that movie on TV. I don't remember what channel it was on. It was back at the old house. And I didn't think it was like a real movie until I mentioned to you. I was like, yeah, there's this like guy that I think he was in Halloween 2 and you're like, Last Starfighter? I was like, yeah, and you're like, dude, what? So
yeah. And the
I love that
special effects at the time when that came out were like state of the art shit, man. That's like a step up of Lucas, because I think it's the first computer. I mean, Tron was the first computer generated movie, wasn't it? I mean, special effects.
I'm pretty sure like special effects heavy.
Yeah.
The first like CGI and anything was Star Wars with the
Star Wars. Yeah.
the fucking John Lasseter did that.
Yeah. John Lasseter.
John Lasseter.
What a swell dude.
Yeah.
God, I love that movie. I'm going to watch that one next. I couldn't get your brother. I couldn't get Trapper to watch that movie for anything.
What, Last Starfighter?
Yeah. That and the remake, the Toby Hooper Invasion from Mars.
Oh, really?
He would not want to watch. He did not want to watch either of those freaking movies. I'm like, dude,
Messed up.
you need to pull it out. Be a man.
Yeah.
The God, when did the movie Parents come out? With Randy Quaid? Was that 90s?
Was it 89 or like 90, 1990?
That movie's messed up too, man.
Randy Quaid, yeah. Parents. 1991 maybe?
Maybe it was. I don't know. Let me check.
1989.
Was it?
Yeah, I have that, the Vestron.
That movie's weird.
Yeah, that movie's fucking goofy.
Very,
but yeah,
very
it's The Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
Last Starfighter is...
It was so hard to pick. It was so hard to pick an 80s movie. Because I'm just like seriously, Witches of Eastwick is one of my favorite movies of all time. Jack Nicholson is so good in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Batman. Man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love like Last Starfighter, like War Games. Fucking
War Games. See,
War
that's
Games.
another one.
I love that shit. There's I also, like, I know it's like kind of goofy to bring up because it isn't like written the best. But I liked Ernest Cline, like the Armada book that he made, the guy that made Ready Player One and wrote Fanboys.
Yeah.
He's said some weird shit, so it makes some of his art look feel kind of weird in hindsight. But he like Armada is like pretty much Last Starfighter.
Is it?
And it's pretty entertaining. It's a pretty fun book. It's a quick read. So, but yeah, but yeah, 2 thumbs up. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I got some things I want to show.
Okay.
I don't think I've shown you this.
What do you got?
Oh.
Is it physical stuff?
Physical stuff.
Let me save the good stuff that you don't think I've seen because I got to run to the bathroom quick.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah, that works. That works.
Here, we'll just put you right there.
Awesome. All right. So I've been gone a little while, but I've still been collecting and accruing a couple things in my collection. I've been getting back into collecting records again. I used to have a huge record collection, and I sold them all for college. So, you know how it'd be. But from the help of Crazy Joe here, he secured some of my favorite albums from my favorite band ever. And I got 2 of them, and I'm very lucky to have them. I got some Oingo Boingo. This album, Good for Your Soul. This one has Who Do You Want to Be, Little Guns, Nothing Bad Ever Happens to Me. Nothing Bad Ever Happens to Me. Fill the Void. Dead or Alive, Pictures of You, Sweat. Awesome album. This shit rocks. Let's get physical. No. Well, yeah, this. So happy I have this. This is like in middle school, I listened to this shit all the time. Like, I listen to this album all the time. This and like Dead Man's Party and Solo and everything. So I'm very happy I got that. In the same realm of Boingo, also got this here, Nothing to Fear. This album here. This one has, there's Mr. Danny Elfman on the back here and Steve Bartek, the guitarist. He's Tucker's a big Boing head. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, this one has Nothing to Fear itself. Gray Matter, Reptiles and Samurai, Insects, Whole Day Off, Islands, Running on a Treadmill, Private Life, Wild Sex in the Working Class, and Why'd We Come. Yeah, I don't know. This is I'm so happy I have these. These are like albums I've always wanted to have, and now it makes me want to collect all the other Boingo records and like Devo and stuff because I just love that shit. Genuinely some of the best music ever. These next, or I guess this next one's also like another used one. I got for $3 at a local record store. I got Sheriff. Arby's fries. I got Sheriff. This has Mama's Baby. I like Mama's Baby. Crazy Without You is really good. But When I'm With You, that song is beautiful. I be spinning that and being a little silly pants whenever I hear it. There's that silly fella right there. I believe this is the only thing they did under Sheriff. I don't know the most about the band, but I know they changed their name to Alias, and they had a couple hits that way. But yeah, love that album. I love that. When I'm With You, I listened to that shit, and when I was when I was edging, no, when I was like an edgy teen, I was like, I put it on and be like, oh shit, you know. So all that fun stuff. This one's brand new. I got this from one of my buddies. They got it for me for, I think it was a birthday gift. But it's Kendrick Lamar's GNX on vinyl here. This album cover rips. This is a great album. This shit is amazing. I love this. Is like one of my favorite albums of the year. So yeah, pretty awesome. I got one more thing to show, but I'm going to wait for Crazy Joe to come back, because I think he hasn't seen it either. But yeah, I got my roommate Michael Booty Lewis next to me. But yeah, other than that, I got for books. I got Mickey 7. Got this for free. Somebody just was getting rid of it, so I took it. But this one was there's that new Robert Pattinson movie Mickey 17. This is what that book's based off of. Badass. Thanks for sharing, Tuck. Of course, I used to have so many records. I wish I could show them all. But yeah, I had I actually still have. But my gold records of all time were Tim Curry's album Simplicity, Martin Brilley's Strangers in the Night. I think that's what it's called. The one that has Salt in My Tears. I got that one, and then I had Peter Gabriel's So, the original pressing of that, which is one of my favorite albums ever. And then MGMT, the one that has Electric Feel on it. I don't remember the whole. It's 30 words long. And then Tame Impala's Currents and stuff like that. Also a bunch of Meatloaf. I'm pretty sure I destroyed my Meatloaf record because I kept listening to it so much. But yeah, I used to have huge crate or two filled with records, and I got rid of them because of college. I needed the money, but here I am now, not in college, so it wasn't really worth it. But the other thing I did, one of my coworkers was generous enough, as we're talking about music, to give me their Sony XM5s, which are the nicest headphones ever. They have the best noise cancellation on them for the price, and I pretty much use them wired into my MacBook here to listen to stuff with lossless audio, and it sounds so pretty. So, Crazy Joe, you back?
Yeah. I had to grab a couple things I was going to show too.
This one I was waiting to show you.
Okay.
It's from one of my friends. I don't want to say their names because they probably don't. But they did a painting for me a year or so ago. See, I go dollar record hunting when I can. Still got one shop who still has discount bins. Oh yeah, we have a really nice we have a couple of really nice record stores here, but I just never really get around to being able to go there.
Easy Comic Reader. Mike needs to do we need to do a live with him to show some of the crazy freaking Dude, he has got some of the coolest records you'll ever see in your life, man.
Yeah.
Creepy bunnies, everything on it.
Dude, I'm game.
It's great.
I'm down. Yeah, I really want to start collecting records again. I'm like, I want to get all the Beastie Boys records and like Tribe Called Quest and stuff like that. And then I used to have all the Van Halen records, except for like For Lawful Carnal Knowledge, and I didn't have Fair Warning, but I had like pretty much everything. Oh no, Balance. I didn't have Balance because that one's really hard to find. I had a decent amount of other stuff. I like the weird shit. Me too. That I got some Boingo. So
Boingo.
I've also been listening to a lot of like 60s like acid trip music. Yeah. But anyways, I digress. This painting, I asked my friend to give me a painting because there's such a talented artist. Actually, one of the reasons why I was friends with them to begin with, and this is like a 6-year friendship, maybe even longer now, was because of Oingo Boingo, actually, because they wore like an Oingo Boingo shirt and did a Danny Elfman painting. So I was like, we should be best friends, and then we, best friends for years. But I asked them to do a painting for me, and I was like, do it movie related. I just want a cool movie, and I gave them a list of movies to do. And she turned out with this from the movie House, the 1970s.
Yes.
And it's a collage, and she threw some stickers in there, and there's these painted eyeballs, and there's a huge cat. This stream doesn't do it justice, the amount of detail and like the mood. I've like gone back to this, like, because it's been chilling. I've been trying to find like a nice frame for it, but I've been going back and just staring at it and noticing all like the little details in there. This is probably one of the coolest fucking pieces of art I've ever seen in my life. It's just sick. It's so cool. Also, the movie House is just crazy. So,
yeah,
it's just cool to have a piece of art from that movie because that's also one of my favorite movies ever. House, 1970s one, and also the William Cat, which George Wendt died.
Yeah, I know, man.
What the fuck? Like, come on, what are we doing? But
yeah, he played the neighbor. Good guy.
But other than that, though, I've been drinking lots of Diet Coke and zero sugar. I've lost 50 pounds this year, so I'm on that grind. I'm on that grind set. I got a cool painting, hanging out with Crazy Joe, and I got some cool records. So
that's right.
Having a good time.
All right, I got some stuff to show too. Okay,
let's do it.
All right, we found these in the garage. I hadn't seen these in a while. They're old postcards. We got some King Kong.
Oh, wow.
Great movie. Fun movie. And we got, of course, you need to have a Forbidden Planet.
Oh my God, I forgot about these.
And which Shakespeare play was used? Forbidden Planet. Just wait. If you know, don't say it. Chat, do you know? Forbidden Planet is based on a play written by William Shakespeare. I've been watching the old Flash Gordon serials on Tubi, which is the greatest free online anything in the history of anything. But they got all these old serials with Buster Crabs. And, of course, one of my all-time favorites, Invasion of the Saucer Men. The Tempest.
There we go.
H.G. Wells, Claude Rains, Invisible Man. The special effects in The Invisible Man are amazing. When he's walking in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, you have to have Gojira. So, here's the thing about Godzilla. You can take what the beautiful thing about art, and movies are art, is you can take whatever perception, anything that you want. There's no correct answer. That's the beautiful thing of it. You take out of it what you get. You know, your experiences, everything. To me, Godzilla represents the United States. It represents everything that happened after we bombed. I mean, we personally didn't, but the United States bombed Hiroshima. There's no hidden anything. That's just all it is to me. You can take it, you can perceive it of any way you want. That's the beautiful thing about art. You can look at a line, a white line on a black canvas, and you could figure out your whole freaking life by looking at that sucker, right? Godzilla is a movie that is just, it's not just a dude in a suit. There. So before you try to school anybody on what they think that movie's about, Godzilla, take it for what it is. It's just how you feel. War of the Worlds. Another H.G. Wells. God, what was that movie where Malcolm McDowell played H.G. Wells? Oh, come on.
Oh, Time After Time?
No. Was it Time After Time when he went hunt
Was
down
it Jack the Ripper? Yeah, Time After, I think
that's
it's Time
a
After
good movie.
Time. I have that VHS tape.
Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Just a couple more here. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Great movie. I think the actor that played the creature just recently passed away too. Here's a Bela Lugosi. You know, you watch Bela Lugosi and you think of Dracula, right? This dude made over 200 movies and serials. Like, seriously, he wasn't just Dracula. Supernatural, Carl Lombard. It's a great movie. Another H.G. Wells, Things to Come, which is classic, beautiful movie. It's so good. And speaking of the Prince of Darkness, we got some Dracula right there. Lost World, which is a great movie. Undersea Kingdom, which I've actually watched on Tubi. That's right, I Am One of Us. It's a great channel. But Undersea Kingdom is on there. The Invisible Ray.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great movie.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Years Stood Still. And, of course, Boris Karloff, Frankenstein. Here's interesting. Boris Karloff. There used to be a theater up here back in the 1920s called the North Dakota Stage. And he was stranded. He was stuck here for he was up in Canada. He was a working jock at the time. He was a hick actor, just place to place doing theater. And he was stuck here for a few weeks. Actually, it was about a month because of bad snow and weather, and he couldn't get out on the train. And a lot of people at the old Ben Franklin store, they said after every performance, he would go into the Ben Franklin store and he'd get a minced meat sandwich and a Coke. and he would just sit there and smoke cigarettes and eat.
Amen.
So yeah, that's kind of. These are kind of cool. I had totally forgot we had these. Little.
Yeah, I remember seeing those. Like, yeah, how long have we had those?
We had these before you were even born, dude.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever like not known of those cards existing before.
Your mom framed them.
Mm-hmm. I remember Crazy Joe here also used to have Cycle the Werewolf playing cards. And the Wolfman playing cards as well.
Yeah. Those are fun.
Pretty baller.
Pretty fun stuff, dude. Heck yeah. Could do a battle of the movies with those cards.
No?
Battle of the movies.
Battle of the movies.
Battle Beyond the Stars, which is another great 80s movie. All right, we're gonna try something here.
I can pull it up.
What I tried something a few weeks ago. Last week we watched Frankenstein's Daughter. Great classic movie, who starred Sandra Knight, who was married to, in the 60s, Sandra Knight has a daughter named Jennifer. That Jennifer's father's name is Jack Nicholson.
Oh, shit.
They came from the Roger Corman School of Acting together.
Okay. I got we can preview this before we are we doing the same thing we talked about before?
Yeah.
Something like this.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, how long is it?
It's 25.
25? Okay, is it just a bunch of different clips?
Yeah.
Okay. So a couple weeks ago, I spent about 3 hours because Tuck wasn't feeling well, so I was on. Higgy Pop joined me for a couple minutes and then he left. So I did a commentary of videos. And if you guys can hold off, it's actually really fun. This is actually fun. And we're going to pause and we'll talk about them. But you might need some popcorn. I think you do.
Need some popcorn.
Get some popcorn, man.
We're about to react to some scary vid comps.
Yep.
Vid version 103. So
see, before we watched I watched some hiking videos.
Mm-hmm.
Some weird hiking videos. Just
so
something, it's something out of the norm. It's not comic books. It's not movies. It's just us watching stupid people.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna press play and I'm gonna go grab a little sippy sip of a little drinky drink.
Okay.
And then yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
All right.
Video. A woman named Britt is outside her house trying her best to remain calm after witnessing something that left her immensely terrified.
I'm recording this just in the off chance that no one believes me. Maybe I can catch it. And by the way, I have a freaking cemetery in my front yard, which probably doesn't help my cause. But I was just inside. I'm by myself with my dog.
Why would you buy land that has a cemetery on it?
She's in that room upstairs.
Talk to me. That is a beautiful house, though.
Josie?
already got goosebumps, guys. Okay.
Yeah, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled. And when she growled, I kind of like booked it. Staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled. And when she growled, I kind of like booked it. I just don't really know what she's staring at. Because again, this is usually how she looks. When
they do know.
She's
dogs know all about this
in,
crap. They sense that stuff.
What? What is it?
For some reason, Britt's dog has been staring at this closet space for quite some time, despite there being no one or nothing inside. The space is clear, but strangely, her dog is locked in on something. Although initially spooked, it wasn't until her dog started growling and barking at the space that she immediately fled, at which point she began to record this video. Now there's something in the beginning that Britt captures, which is worth pointing out, and that's the graveyard in front of her house. Every so often, Josie would come out to the spot and just stare at it in the same way that she would when looking at the closet space.
Josie. Josie, what's going on?
For this reason, Britt believes that the cemetery might have something to do with Josie's strange behavior. It's as though she's seeing something that we can't. But things get even creepier when Britt mentions a certain detail about this graveyard.
So a lot of you guys have also been asking questions about the graveyard. Yes, we do indeed have a graveyard on this property. So this was my grandparents' ranch.
Okay.
It was their wish to be buried right here, just where they were. And before they passed away, they buried all of their cats right here where you see the little crosses. And so that's really all that there's to it. But things have been quite strange lately. Like, for some reason, cows just come to this area sometimes and surround it, because we during the day we leave that gate open.
As she mentions, cows would also come to this exact spot and do the same thing that her dog would do. Keep in mind that the only farm animals that she has on this ranch are horses. These cows aren't hers, but they always come from a neighboring ranch and surround her graveyard.
Man, it's all
See,
energy.
This is what I'm talking about. They literally just come and hang out here all the time now. It's a newer development. Why? They just kind of come and really breathe around this area. And they just kind of will freeze and won't move. So, yeah.
If Josie's behavior hasn't fully convinced Britt that something is up with her graveyard, then the cows definitely have. Now, the cow situation is a relatively new occurrence. It was only a month ago in April that they started to appear. This is why she's been trying to record them as much as she can, just in case they stop showing up and no one believes her. But one night, while getting a food delivery, Britt records something that makes her even more certain that there's something off about the graveyard. It's late at night.
Yeah,
but
why do
this
they
is
sound scared?
captured.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
This is location is outside. No here.
Oh, that's so
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. No problem.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You're a cow.
it's scared. There's a cow.
They're actually not mine. They're not wasn't showing up.
What is it?
Hi.
Maybe they want some takeout.
Thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. Every
What the fuck?
freaking night, like even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just like stand and like. Are you for real right now?
Ain't no way she left her fucking front door open.
Well, I mean, it's closed. What the hell?
Not the Taco Bell.
Eerily, her shirt is pulled by something that can't be
Oh,
seen.
did you see that?
It was right after she walked in to disable the home security alarm,
You guys,
which had
check
gone off
that
for
out.
unknown reasons, that this happened. Upon
Come
feeling a
on.
sudden yank, she immediately drops her food and runs out in a panic frenzy. According to her, it was as if someone had tugged at her sleeve with all their might. Shaken up by this, she decides to sleep in the RV outside and wait until her family came back from their trip. It goes without saying, but she was totally freaked out, and it didn't help that she was all alone when this happened. This incident, along with the strange behavior from the animals, has led her to believe that the graveyard is either cursed or haunted. Whether paranormal or not, these occurrences are still pretty creepy. But despite there being no further videos on the situation, these current ones continue to spook viewers and make them wonder just what exactly is going on with Britt's home.
That didn't look.
Like
that
all
looked.
videos,
How now?
this
Watch.
one remains a
How did they
mystery.
do that? Unless she had. There's no wire.
Now this
Hey, man,
next
I got-
video takes place at a museum where something pretty
Keep it
creepy
going,
was
I'll be right back.
captured. Now, just for context, the person recording this was visiting this museum after his father came here a few days ago. His dad told him that there was something off about this place. He doesn't know why, but the exhibition that's dedicated to a woman known as Maria Sabina creeps him out. Whether it's because her wax statue looks a little too real or her history with witchcraft, this whole exhibition scares him. But after watching this video that his son took, there's no way that he's coming back to this place now. The following is what his son captured at the exhibition of Maria Sabina. Have a look.
No, está perro este.
What he's eating. I need some. Oh, did you see that?
Güey, ¿qué pedo?
Somehow, the wax figure of Maria Sabina comes alive. She seemingly tilts her head in a quick and sudden motion, almost as if scrutinizing the person recording her. Evidently, it scares the living daylights out of the cameraman, but it doesn't stop him from recording. He continues to film, just in case she moves again. But she doesn't. The figure is now acting as it should.
Güey, ¿qué pedo?
Now, this whole occurrence has freaked out many viewers, including the father who came here before. However, unlike many, he started to think that maybe this was just part of the figure's design. Maybe it was meant to move as it was built that way. But according to the museum's owner, this should not have happened.
¿Qué onda, amigo? No, amigo, no manejo nada de mecatrónica. Es una figura totalmente en cera. Mira, es una pieza total rígida, no se puede manipular. Te digo, no tiene nada. Te digo, mira, te muestro. No hay cables, no hay nada. No es un robot. Es una figura totalmente en cera.
If the figure isn't an animatronic or anything of that sort, then just how exactly did it move? This question continues to remain unanswered, and it seems likely that it'll stay that way for a while until more evidence is presented. Until then, you can assess what exactly transpired here.
Okay, pause it. Remember when we were out in Oregon, out in Newport, and we went to that wax museum?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, dude, I hate that shit. That is so damn creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! And it was right next to Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. Man.
Yeah. Should we talk about the Oregon? the Oregon lore?
Oh my God! Yes.
So,
Wait.
yeah. So that's awesome, Mike. But when did we go to Oregon? Was it 2009?
Yeah, I was yeah.
But herbal medicine, they believed in that. Oh yeah. But was it we went to this lighthouse? What was the name of the lighthouse?
If you guys are interested, look up the history. It's the Yaquina Head. Yaquina. Yaquina Head Lighthouse in Newport, Oregon. Haunted as okay, you tell the story because you saw it.
So was it the Yaquina Head? Or was it a different one?
No, it's Yaquina Head.
Yaquina Head? So what was the story with it? Wasn't it there's some like girls that got murdered in there?
The daughter was the lighthouse keeper, his wife, and a daughter. A couple of the one night, some of the sailors that came into the bay basically did some really horrible things to the daughter and killed her. Since then, which was about maybe 150 years ago, they people that are there that have it used to be a bed and breakfast would hear, little girl footsteps, little girls talking. I think there was two girls. There was two girls, Yaquina Head. And it's closed down now. It's still an active lighthouse, but it's more of a museum. And Tucker, when we're walking through the house.
Yeah, we walked in through the house, and right when you walked in the door, shit, I got the GERD now. No. But right when you walked in, there's a little room to the right, and there's like a little cot tucked into like a wall. And right underneath the cot, I saw like a face of some guy's face in the wall. And that shit like scared the shit out of me. It freaked me out.
No, didn't you see something underneath the bed in another room?
Is that what it was?
Yeah. And then we were taking pictures of one of the rooms up on the top floor. And when we got home, or back to where my apartment, we were looking at the pictures, and underneath one of the beds, there's a fucking, excuse my language, a fucking face. Mm-hmm. There was someone underneath the bed.
Yeah. Does Mom still have those photos?
I don't even know. I'm sure she does.
Man, that shit was freaky. That shit was freaky as shit. That was
scary.
I remember being so scared. Like, I saw it. I saw something. I like freaked the fuck out a little bit, and it made like the rest of the house like hard to kind of walk through because I didn't know what it was. Yeah. Another thing too, we should say too, you guys took the picture, and we went back like the day after, and it was gone.
Yeah, it was gone.
There was nothing there.
Or did we I thought maybe I gave the picture to the people at the lighthouse. Maybe I gave them the picture. I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
But man, out there was so much weird stuff out there going on. Because my apartment was right on. I mean, all you had to do is walk across the street, and you were at the ocean. And it was. Yeah, actually, it was. It was a very clear picture of somebody hiding underneath the bed. Wasn't it? Was so weird.
Yeah. We need
But
to
there
find
was
that shit
nobody
again.
there. Yeah, but there was nobody there up on that floor except for us.
Mhm.
You know, the two sisters, you, Trey, your mom, and I.
Mhm.
But I did a lot of research when I was out there, because that's when I was trying to do. I did some acting out there and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I'd go down on the beach late at night, because I mean I loved listening to the tankers and the crab fishermen out there, the halibut guys fishing for halibut. And one night I saw this light keep going like this, and it must have been about that the stretch from the Yaquina Head to the Heceta Head lighthouse was about 5 miles.
Yeah.
You could walk that and you wouldn't even know you walked 5 miles because it's just open beach. So I'm walking one night and I just keep seeing this light going like this, and then all of a sudden it was gone. I'm like, oh, must be somebody camping or somebody was fishing or doing something. And when I got to that point, I couldn't see. There was nothing. There was nobody there. Well, then a few days later, I was in an antique store and doing something. And I mentioned it to somebody, and they said, oh, you saw the ghost lights. Those were it's a lantern of the ghosts that would walk along the shore with their lanterns. They're not ghosts, but the sailors would be walking along the shore, so, nothing, I don't know, they wouldn't get shocked or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, weird stuff. Oregon's a very weird place. Pacific Northwest. Bigfoot, ghosts, and UFOs. Okay, what's the next one on here? But yeah, that picture, we got to find
that picture. That's like one of the that's one of
the clearest pictures I have ever seen, even from watching these crazy videos. The clearest picture I've ever seen of a apparition.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I get like kind of chills thinking about it. Honestly, that shit was creepy as fuck.
But we didn't see it when we were taking the, you know what I mean? It was like nothing you saw when you were taking the picture. It was just boom.
But anyways, Oregon. What other speaking of wax museum, we went to that wax museum there too.
Yeah. That was kind of cool. But still, it's just the first time I went in there, I was all by myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is really freaking creepy to be by yourself in a wax museum. Like there was nobody. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. Just opened up. Yeah. That was spooky.
Screw that, man. Screw that.
We did. They had the Bigfoot there, though.
They did have the Bigfoot there.
They had Bigfoot. Yeah.
But anyways, scary lighthouse experiment. I'm gonna do a thumbs down.
That was not
thumbs down for that picture.
I won't do that again.
Yeah, no, that shit was scary. I kind of do want to go back though. Take a little look see.
Oh, I would
look see.
I would move back to Oregon in a heartbeat. Heartbeat.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll get back to the vid. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because that shit was freaky. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Now, the following video comes from an account that posts videos of firefighters putting out fires. All the videos on this page appear to be meant for educational purposes, from showing procedures that a firefighter must follow during critical situations, to demonstrating how a fire truck navigates through traffic. An aspiring firefighter can find these videos pretty useful. However, one video in particular might seem a bit strange to the person who's watching this for educational purposes. Unlike most videos, this one is pretty creepy. On March 10th of 2025, a man is recording a vacant property that's burning down in the middle of the woods. As he films, something is captured that's left many viewers unsettled.
What the heck, dude?
Now, the man recording owns this property, and he had no idea that during this footage, something pretty creepy happened. I'll play the rest of the footage and let you see for yourself. This is what he caught.
You should see it right now. It's amazing. Look through the window.
Oh!
Let's get out of here right now.
Oh, did you see that? You see that thing walk into the room? See that? Now watch though.
What the fuck, dude?
Now you almost see something walking into the
It isn't
room,
obvious
too.
at first, but if you look closely, a black figure can be seen moving inside the burning structure. Considering that the property had been vacant for many years, there shouldn't have been anyone or anything inside. But strangely, something is. Even stranger is that the figure quickly ducks out of sight the moment the owner looks down the hall, almost as if it was trying to hide. The owner would have probably seen it had he not been mesmerized by the blazing flames that were close to him.
It's amazing. Look through the window.
For this reason, he misses the figure and, apparently, something else. It was only after viewers started looking closely at the rest of the footage that more things were noticed. As it seems, the figure wasn't the only unsettling thing about this clip.
Yeah, watch.
Out of nowhere, a child's voice is caught on camera, even though there were no kids around. It's a distinct voice that clearly sounds like a child laughing. Although not sure where the voice came from, many believe that the house might have some connection to it. If that's so, then what was captured next has most likely convinced many that the house is haunted. While recording a different side of the burning structure, this was caught.
All day.
Whoa!
Like before, a dark figure is briefly seen before disappearing out of nowhere. It's the fact that it comes out from the same house where the last figure was seen that makes this video even creepier. And it doesn't help that a child's voice was caught earlier. Could it be, as viewers believe, that all these occurrences are due to the fact that the house is haunted? Some believe that the burning house has forced whatever had been inside to leave the property at once, which to them explains why the shadowy figure was seen running out of the house and the kid's voice was heard outside, as if they had nowhere else to go now. Although an interesting thought, it isn't certain if that's the case. Like all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions, but let me know what you think.
Okay,
Bigfoot.
it's Bigfoot. But doesn't that look? Can you go back to that? Okay, watch. And I'll tell you when to
Although an
pause
interesting
it.
thought, it
Oh shit.
Okay, keep going.
isn't certain if that's the case. Like all videos,
Now the
I'll let you come
room
up
that's
with your own
got the fire
conclusions,
in it.
but let me know what you
As
think.
soon as the black figure goes, watch. Now keep going. Now watch that dark area by the door where the look at that. Didn't it look like something went in there?
Now this next video takes place at a hotel in Spain where a group of
Ozzy,
friends had
that's like
taken an elevator
your
that for
parents'
some
basement,
reason
bro.
wouldn't take them to their floor.
Let's go do it again. Okay, so it's been doing this for a minute. And there's nothing out there. You need to hit that gym. You wanna figure it out?
Yeah.
Alright. No, that did something. That did something.
Are they stuck?
What is going on?
Are we too heavy? Is there someone there? What?
Dude, that would
Although pretty
suck.
creepy, it could be that the elevator was simply malfunctioning and therefore unable to move. However, this occurrence wouldn't be so creepy if it weren't for the fact that other hotel guests have reported the same problem when taking this elevator. It's a common occurrence, according to hotel staff, and they're not sure why this happens. The 16th floor is still under construction, meaning that no guests are staying there at the moment, so it doesn't make sense as to why it does this. But fast forward to only a day or two later, and this happens.
Yo, so this elevator is acting mad weird. We started a few floors up, and
What?
Yo.
Man, what?
Did we stop?
The elevator suddenly stops working. As it turns out, there had been a power outage affecting most parts of Spain and Portugal, and it just so happens that the group of friends were taking this elevator when it happened.
the backup, yeah, there you go. The backup generator's been coming on and off. We've been having the time of our lives. And yeah, we're like cooking alive.
Now, thankfully, while being stuck inside, the backup generator kicks in, but it's not working as it should, as the lights continue to go on and off randomly. But as all three friends have fun with the flashing lights, this happens.
There you go. I got you.
Oh. Oh, he's cooking something.
What are you doing?
Yep. Yep.
I gotta pee.
Oh, you gotta pee.
It's making my bladder. I gotta pee.
You gotta pee.
Go like the rappers. Go. I gotta pee.
Oh, yeah.
I'm holding my bladder.
Yep.
I gotta pee. I don't know what else is going on. I gotta pee. It's making me mad. Go on like so. I gotta pee. I'm like Bowser.
He's full. He's
In the
fucking
corner of the
fools,
elevator,
bro.
a dark silhouette is seen right behind one of the friends. It's small, but clear enough to see that something out of place is there. Neither friend had realized what this was, but after watching this footage, they can't help but think that something otherworldly had been inside the elevator. Now, thankfully, after
Dang it,
some
now I
time,
gotta
the group was
pee.
able
Me
to
too.
escape, but not in the way that they imagined.
We're moving.
I know. Where are we going?
You know what? Those guys are douchebags and they deserved it.
No.
Ha ha.
No.
All right.
They were brought up to the 16th floor after being stuck inside for about an hour and a half. Just like before, no one had called it. Although definitely strange, they would much rather be on this floor than inside the broken elevator for obvious reasons. But the question still remains, just who called it up? And most importantly, just what exactly had been inside the elevator? To this day, the friends have no clue, but they're just glad that things didn't take a turn for the worse while being trapped inside. Ghost or not, this video is pretty strange. It's late at night when a mother quickly grabs her phone to record this video. She lays in bed across from her daughter, who just told her a few hours ago that she was scared of sleeping in her room. According to the mother who sent me this, she was terribly shaken up by the events of that night. Something in her home had felt completely off, and she needed to record this. While taking this video, she captures this.
So, my daughter's sleeping with me in my bed tonight. She kept saying that she was really scared of something in her room. I'm a little bit shaky. I don't know if you guys can tell, but...
That's some Close Encounters of the Third Kind shit, man. You don't sleep with all. Well, you don't.
Dude, it's Mr. Bucket.
Is that a hand?
Bro, who just has a fucking hand toy like that?
What is that?
Who has an arm, a realistic human arm toy, bro?
So this is the same toy that used to go off in the past. And it's always terrified me since. So I would ask it questions and it would answer.
What?
Oh, to do nails. Never mind, I'm crazy. I'm joking.
Oh, there we go.
Now, I will admit that watching this video the first
Life-size
time, I
realistic
completely
human
missed
arm
what
toy.
happened. It wasn't until brightening up this footage that it became much clearer. A finger on this toy arm suddenly lifts on its own. It almost seems to be pointing at the mother, as if to say, I see you. Although definitely strange, this occurrence is made
Or paint my
creepier by the toy
nails.
truck. For whatever reason,
Paint my
it was
nails,
going off
girly.
before this happened. As the mother
named my
writes,
nails
the
big.
reason this toy truck scares her isn't just because it's going off right now, but because it seems to be intelligent when it shouldn't be. Shannon, the mother in question, would sometimes ask the toy to light up or make a sound, and shortly thereafter, it would. This has led her to believe the toy's either cursed or haunted. The same is said about the toy arm.
Get away from that
But as
girl.
always,
No, for
I'll
real.
let you come up with your own
What you
conclusions.
doing?
Did Shannon capture evidence of a paranormal occurrence?
Crazy ass MF.
Or might there be something to explain what happened? Let me know your thoughts on this one.
No, I will not, because it's creepy.
If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation,
ghosts.
you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com.
Should I send them a
That being
video of me
said,
twerking?
Let's get back to the video.
Yeah, send it to him.
On May
Never seen
8th
that
of
in a while,
2025,
yeah.
a small family from California had shared a video in which something very strange happens. Apparently, whatever took place in this house wasn't just witnessed by the man, but also by the dog resting on the couch. It's this small detail that further makes this video
It's almost
baffling.
like the guy
Now, it's
farted or
important to
something.
note
Yeah,
that
the
other
dog-
dogs live in this
What?
house.
And the
The
dog's like,
family who lives
"Ew."
here are genuinely passionate about caring for their pets,
Scary
which is why they
twerkers?
treat each
No,
of their
for real.
dogs as
I
though
have
they were their own
bizarre
children.
feeling
From having
bizarre.
a giant portrait of Frida, Pepper, and Valentino to having a fully furnished dog room dedicated to them, it's clear that this family embraces all its members and ensures that no one is ever left out, even if one of them is no longer here. Only a month ago, Maxie, their first and oldest Chihuahua, had passed away from old age.
Oh man.
Not a single day passes without thinking of little Maxie. He was deeply cared for, which makes it even harder for the family to accept that he's now gone. But despite this unfortunate story, the family's now focused on something else that happened recently. It was on a Thursday afternoon when this was
Somebody
captured.
fart?
Dude, did someone fart? Dude, my ass when I see a fucking when I hear a toot, when I hear a fart.
Yeah.
Oh no.
See now, I believe this shit because remember Squatch?
Yeah.
So
Out of nowhere, the
when
sound of a barking
Squatch-
dog is heard from
after-
inside the
after
house.
we lost
The man turns
Squatch,
around to see if it was the dog
I could
behind
still
him,
hear
but it
Squatch
wasn't.
running down the hallway.
Something about these barks sounded
Yeah.
familiar, and it wasn't
right?
until realistic.
I actually have something I gotta say about that.
I could still hear Squatchy running around.
Our dog Squatch that got ran over. Total cutie pie, little sweet little puppy. One of my favorite puppies ever. I remember he used to lay between my legs and sleep like cuddle with me every night. But he would lay his head on my right leg and then like have his like paw on my left leg, and he would just snooze and snore and I'd go to bed. You know. Rest in peace. Big ups to the little boy. I miss him. He was a good dog. But I remember there's one night, I don't think I've ever told you about this, Dad. I was like laying in bed and I felt the imprint. Like something imprint but the same way
man.
he would lay. And it freaked me the fuck out. But it didn't freak me out, it just made me go like,
What the hell?
what the hell? And then I just I wasn't even scared. I was just like, oh, this is nice. I miss him.
Yeah.
You know? So
Squatch was awesome.
he was such a good puppy.
That asshole, he got hit by a car.
Yeah.
And then like they just left his body.
Yeah. He they ran our dog over and posted a picture on Facebook
Yeah.
of our dog bleeding out. Sorry, that's too graphic, but
was horrible.
Straight up
I
said
was so,
oopsies.
I was
And
so
it's like-
pissed.
So
Anyway, all right.
yeah,
let's
poor
get to the
baby.
doc.
But anyways,
Listening to the audio that the man knew he wasn't just hearing things, but rather a barking dog that sounded just like Maxie. No other dog is seen around except the one on the couch, and the other dogs that live here weren't home at this moment. If no other dog had barked, then which did? To the family, the answer is clear. It was Maxie who had barked. They believed that little Maxie had paid them a visit by barking in his usual manner. Apparently, this is how he barked when he wanted someone to come get him.
Me too.
Understandably, Maxie's owner begins to tear up after weeks of not hearing from him since he passed away. Their other dog seems to hear the barks too, but like his owner, he can't seem to find where they're coming from. As with most videos, this one remains unsolved.
That's crazy, man.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell
I will
icon
not.
so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Also, be sure to check out the official TikTok account for this channel. That being said,
There you go, Bizarre
until
Bob.
next time.
Bizarre Bub, I gotta say, Bizarre Bub, the last couple have disappointed me, Mr. Bizarre Bub. But Mr. Bizarre Bub, that was a good vid. That was a good vid.
All
There
right.
was
so-
one. Oh shit.
Wait, what?
There was one he made. Don't remember what it was, but it was a police body cam footage. And this cop was called in because they kept hearing noises in the house. So he's going in by himself in this house, and shit's like doors are opening and being weird. And they did a whole search and anything. There's nobody in there. So it's like this eerie, like quiet. I guess he heard footsteps upstairs too, but like quiet, like 10-minute view of this police officer just like scoping the entire house, and there's nobody there, but doors are like slamming open and stuff like that.
That's not cool.
So, but
What
yeah,
were you looking at? Were you looking at a ghost?
I'm looking at a demon right now.
A demon? The demon?
The demon.
All right. Hey, you want to watch? What are you going to do right now? How much more time you got?
Why? What's up?
I think we need to watch some hiking videos.
Watch some hiking vids.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll pull up something scary hiking.
Yeah. Arby fries. Damn it, Mike. That sounds delicious in the cheese sauce.
Mike, did you see the Arby fry bag earlier? I was looking at some. You were gone, I think, Dad, but I had some Arby's fries. I didn't have any. I didn't eat any, but a lot of these ones are like an hour long, so I'm gonna try to find something that's like.
Yeah, find something like half hour, maybe, whatever. 20 minutes.
Top 10 disturbing but true moments caught on cam.
It's terrifying.
Damn, Mike, now I want Arby's.
I know, Mike. Come on,
Come
dude.
on, man. Ah, shit.
See now. They got those new pulled pork sandwiches there too. Yeah.
I might have to indulge. Okay.
I would kill your diet, bro.
No, it wouldn't. I just, yeah, I would, but, it's fine.
You
I
just
can-
wouldn't have to eat for a few days.
Yeah, I just would starve myself for a year.
Eat some peanuts.
You'd be surprised. There's some stuff on. Hey, come on, Siri, leave me alone. Siri just comes on sometimes and scares the shit out of me.
All right.
Yeah. Don't know if you did you watch this one last week?
Which one?
Top 5 most disturbing stealth camping encounters.
Camping?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's find out.
YouTube is a channel run by 30-year-old Ian who's been posting on the platform for the better part of a decade.
I'll be right back.
His
I'm gonna grab
content
another drink.
covers everything from day-in-the-life work vlogs to different adventures after hours. And while most of it is nothing more than fun, one puts
Agreed, Mike. Agreed.
to his core. On January 18th, 2024, Ian posted a video going over the disturbing experience he had while stealth camping in a McDonald's parking lot in Palm Springs, California. Stealth camping, for those who don't know, is when someone spends the night in a vehicle or tent in an area not officially designated for camping, usually while trying to avoid detection. It's often done out of necessity, curiosity, or simply for the thrill of it. And while it can be harmless, it also means the camper is completely exposed and vulnerable to whatever or whoever might be lurking nearby. This is what happened with Ian on the 16th of January 2024. He'd been stealth camping for quite some time by that point, and had spent nights in much harsher conditions, like during heavy rain or in a sandstorm. So staying overnight in a McDonald's parking lot seemed like nothing to him. Unfortunately, he couldn't have been more wrong. After setting everything up, he went to lie down in the back of his car. But just as he was about to fall asleep, he was interrupted by the sound of someone repeatedly trying to open his car's door. He immediately got up to see who it was, and this is what he came across.
What's going on, man? What's going on? What's up? What's up, man? What's going on? What are you doing?
There was a man standing outside the passenger door. What made the encounter even more unsettling was that the man never said a word, even as Ian repeatedly called out to him, trying to get some kind of explanation for what he was doing.
Hey, bro. What's up?
Ian kind of sounds like he wants to kick the shit out of this guy.
What you doing, man? Ain't weird, bro.
Despite his panic, however, he made the wise decision to stay locked within his car and quickly drive to a more hidden spot in the lot. But that wasn't enough, because just a few minutes later, Ian spotted the same man walking around the parking lot, possibly trying to locate his car. Fearing for his safety, he drove to a completely different location and managed to sleep through the rest of the night without any incident. Still, the question remained, who was this man and what exactly was he trying to do? Ian never made a follow-up or shared any more info regarding the encounter in the video's description, so we can only speculate on what happened that night. Now, it's entirely possible that he was just a harmless, mentally ill person who wasn't fully conscious of what he was doing. This could explain why he didn't answer when Ian called out to him and just calmly walked away without a word. However, a far more likely explanation is that the act of trying to break into Ian's car was completely intentional, and when he was caught, he just acted confused and harmless to seem less threatening. Perhaps he really thought the car was empty and was trying to steal it. Or maybe he knew Ian was inside and had intentions to rob him or something far more sinister. His strange behavior also suggested that he might have been under the influence of some kind of drugs, which would have made him even more unstable and by extension more dangerous. Fortunately, Ian managed to drive away unscathed before he could find out the man's true intentions.
Some people just...
On February 11, 2024, stealth camping YouTuber Brendan Explores posted a video of him spending a night in the small village of Jaywick, England. The thing about Jaywick, however, is that it's been named as the most deprived town in all of England. The combination of high unemployment and poor living conditions has pushed many of its residents toward a life of crime. Brendan, however, wanted to see the village firsthand to decide whether it was truly as bad as the media made it out to be. His first impressions of the place were quite good, with him admiring the natural landscape surrounding the village. What he didn't realize at the time was that this lighthearted escape to the countryside would soon spiral into complete disaster. It began with him driving through the town and searching for a discreet spot to park his van so he could settle in before it got dark. He eventually found a parking lot that looked promising and decided to make it his home for the night. But it didn't take long for him to start noticing a series of red flags in the area, like people riding around with gangster rap blaring from a speaker.
Yeah, because that's...
And a group of street racers speeding down the road right in front of the parking lot. As the evening approached, he was also left alone in the parking lot, making him a prime target for any would-be robber. So, after thinking about it for a few minutes, he thought it would be best to leave the parking lot and find a more secluded spot for camping. He eventually went down a dirt trail and parked in the middle of nowhere, without any houses or major roads nearby. This turned out to be the worst decision Brendan could have made in that situation, because at around 2:30 a.m., about 4 hours after he went to sleep, he was woken up by the sound of someone walking around his van.
Where'd you go? Tucker? Did we just get a copyright strike? Are we still on? Yeah, I would have stayed at McDonald's. Tuck. What's going on? Are we still on? What the hell? Man, I was right getting into that too. Wonder if he got. What happened? Oh, your computer died? Oh, okay. Okay, all right, fine. Those damn kids. Those damn kids and their rock and roll music. Here, I'll get one going here. His computer died, so he's going to charge it up real quick. We're on it, though. I will not let the faithful down. That one just started, so I don't know what's going to happen to that guy. Nor do I care. Okay, just wait. We'll get something here. Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. Okay, I think we watched that one. That one just looks like a big monkey with a butt. We're not going to watch that. Okay, here we go. Just wait. Okay, you guys are still there. Good. Here we go. 6 most disturbing camping encounters ever. Okay, ready? Give me a second. Here we go, folks.
Hakan! Hakan şurada bir şey var.
Venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying.
All right, here we go.
But what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet? Like what happened in this first encounter. Back in July 2011, an anonymous YouTube channel uploaded a short 4-minute video. While the channel wasn't known for sharing frightening content, this particular clip would prove to be a chilling exception. It began innocently enough, with a person wearing a head-mounted camera hiking through a well-known location in eastern British Columbia.
Here, just wait.
What followed was any.
Are you on?
I'm here.
Tucker.
Can you guys hear me?
Give me a second.
Epic. Yeah, my laptop died, so.
Evil. Okay, here we go.
Evil business.
Anything but ordinary.
That is. What? Oh my goodness. Baby Jesus.
What?
What just happened? Okay, so he's jogging. Right. What?
began as a routine hiking vlog quickly took a dark and unexpected turn. In a sudden moment of terror, something startled the man so deeply that he broke into a desperate run, scrambling to find safety.
Oh my god! Is that a freaking bear? No!
An enormous creature suddenly appeared. Something resembling a grizzly bear, but far larger and far
Dude, that
more
was me.
terrifying.
That was my bad.
Instinctively, the man took off running for his
See now, why does he have to make it sound so scary? Like it would look like a bear, grizzly bear, but it was far more
terrifying.
bigger and
It
far
was
more
terrifying. I was
terrifying.
so scared.
Shut up.
This
life.
cosmic entity
Throughout
bear
the clip,
creature.
he can be seen fleeing in panic, repeatedly glancing over his shoulder to check if the creep's still in pursuit.
Damn bear.
Abruptly ends there.
Hey, Pops,
Was
did you
the
want me to play it on my
beast
end?
actually
I think it might be
chased?
cutting out.
And did he manage to? To this day, the identity of the man remains unknown, as does his fate. No one knows whether he was injured, made it out alive, or vanished without a trace.
Okay, who the
Years
fuck?
later,
how
the
fuck would he
unanswered
have this
questions
footage?
still
Here's the
haunt
deal.
those who
Here's
have
the
seen
deal.
the footage.
If he just jogged past those people, if he's going to get mauled on by a bear, he's probably what? Maybe 800 yards away from when he was jogging from those people. They would have been able to hear him getting freaking mauled on by a bear.
Clapped. Getting fucking clapped. You know? Like.
All right.
Did you want me to play this video
Footage.
on my end?
What?
Because I think it might be cutting out on yours.
I don't know. I think it's okay. Is it cutting? Oh, yeah, play it on your end. Here's the name of it.
6 most disturbing camping encounters. But
Creepy vids. Creepy vids.
under creepy vids.
Creepy vids. That's the name. He's got a skeleton there. Or
Dude, should we retitle this to Joe and Tucker's creepy vids?
Yeah. Creepy vids.
6 most disturbing top 3 moments.
Yeah,
Was
we're
this
gonna
one
fix
noon?
it here, Mike.
What time was it? Or what's the time it's at?
Did you find it?
Yeah.
It's at 3 minutes exactly. Ooh.
Oh, frick.
What'd you do?
I found it. Let's do
Okay.
this.
Okay, just I gotta get some more of those. I stole Harlow's chips.
Oh, dude, what? I don't know if you saw it, but I grabbed I had an Arby's fry in my hand.
Why are you guys doing this?
Because it's fun, dude. You guys like my hat? It says princess on it.
You are a princess right now.
Thank you.
I love you though.
Love you
Okay.
too.
I gotta use the keep watching. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Questions still haunt those who have seen the footage. A peaceful night under the stars can quickly turn into a nerve-wracking ordeal when the silence of the wilderness is broken by unexplained noises and unsettling encounters. These events will make you question what or who lurks just beyond the firelight. Meet Arnold, the adventurer behind the YouTube channel
Meet Arnold.
Arnold Outdoors. His channel typically showcases the beauty and challenges of outdoor excursions, often with a companion. Viewers join him as he navigates
I
rugged
had Dollar
terrains
Tree cheese
and
puffs.
sets up
Dude,
camp
I
in
respect
remote
it, though.
locations. But
I remember,
one
like, getting those
particular
huge
trip
fucking,
would test their
like-
nerves in ways they hadn't anticipated,
Like,
turning a search for a peaceful campsite into a night of escalating fear.
containers.
The
filled
adventure
with, like,
began with
cheesy
Arnold
foods.
and his companion searching
Dude,
for
those
the
things would be
perfect
gone, and my
spot as
fucking
night
hands would
fell.
just be-
The
just
landscape
have,
growing
like, layers
increasingly
and layers
snowy.
of fucking cheese on it.
Now we're going up in elevation, slightly. It's getting a wee more snowy.
Their initial search was complicated by the presence of other people nearby. forcing them to push further into the wilderness. As darkness fully enveloped them, they finally settled on a location, though the remoteness initially seemed promising. Their attempt to settle in was short-lived. Suddenly, their attention was drawn to movement in the distance. They spotted figures with headlamps, some red, some bright, moving towards them, appearing to split up as they advanced.
All right, so we gotta leave. There's creepy-ass people with red headlamps coming towards us out of the woods.
Well, here's what happened.
About 400 yards off.
There's 2 people with red headlamps on and 2 people with bright headlamps on.
Yeah.
And you can see them moving. We can see silhouettes against the moonshine.
Yep.
There's what little bit of lights out here. And you can tell by the way they were bobbing that it was clearly people.
The eerie sight of the red headlamps, often used for stealth, and the strategic movement of the individuals was enough to send a chill down their spines, and they decided the situation was too creepy.
See very well.
But you can spot critters and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
Too creepy for me, man. And they were splitting up and heading down.
They immediately decided to pack up and find a new, hopefully safer location. After relocating, they found what seemed to be a more isolated spot, noting the lack of fresh tracks in the snow, suggesting they were alone. They set up camp, trying to settle in for the night, preparing food, and making their beds. However, the tranquility was soon shattered.
Yeah, let's call those a gunshot. Gunshot or a vehicle? Vehicle.
Strange sounds, possibly gunshots or a vehicle, echoed through the night, making them instantly alert and on edge. The sounds persisted, growing louder and seemingly closer, resembling gunshots that echoed menacingly. Then, distinct vehicle noises joined the cacophony, revving up nearby.
Vehicle. It sounds like they're moving.
Panic began to set in as they realized people were right there, driving around and shooting, hooting and hollering in the dead of night.
They're right fucking there, dude.
They're like driving.
Goddamn!
Hooting and hollering and shooting. It's teenagers hooting and hollering.
They quickly killed their lights and got low, fearing they had been spotted. Through the darkness, they heard voices. One person seemingly pointing.
First of all, if this was happening to me, okay? I don't understand all of these camping, hiking video guys that like still just are like, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed here. I'm just gonna chill. Get out, dude. Get the fuck out of there. Like, there's one where, like, am I crazy in thinking this way? Like, I know there's a lot of them that are so easygoing that they probably are like, oh, it's just nothing, you know? But it's like, come on, man. Like, that's probably fucking the Jersey Devil coming to get you or something.
What happened? What I missed?
So these guys here, oops. They're hiking and they saw some guys with red lamps on their heads.
Yeah.
Like surveying and walking towards them.
What are you eating?
What?
Okay. Camping near a highway.
Hey.
Oh my God. Dude, the Dollar Tree brand of Cheetos, unbeatable. They are the best, Mike. Okay, sorry. I just had to throw that in there. Okay.
Towards their camp, possibly having seen their fire. The realization that these individuals were aware of their presence was terrifying. Fortunately, the group eventually drove off, leaving Arnold and his companion shaken but unharmed. The close call with reckless individuals shooting randomly in the dark was a stark reminder of the unpredictable dangers of the wilderness. The rest of the night offered little respite. The biting cold eventually forced them to abandon their pop-up tent and retreat to the relative warmth of their truck in the early hours of the morning.
As you can tell, migrated to the truck because it was unbearably cold out here. So that was a pain in the ass. At 2:30, having to...
As if the night's encounters weren't enough, morning brought fresh chaos when a strong gust of wind caught their pop-up shelter, sending it flying, adding a final frustrating touch to their harrowing experience.
So we had a bit of a rude awakening. They laying around all morning, not a problem. And then I look outside, decide it looks nice. I was like, oh,
Good night,
it's
Ozzy.
probably about time to
Take
get
care of
up.
yourself.
Crawl up to look at my tablet, see what time it is, and turn and look out the window, and off goes the pop-up.
Later, Ozzy.
That flew all the way over to where our steps are out there.
While Arnold and his companion made it through the night physically unscathed, the series of unsettling events served as a stark warning. From mysterious figures with red headlamps to reckless individuals firing guns in the dead of night. Their camping trip was a far cry from the peaceful retreat they had sought. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes
sandwich
the
looked
most
amazing.
frightening things in the woods aren't wild animals, but other people. One thing is certain. That night in the snowy wilderness is one they won't soon forget. A peaceful night camping in the wilderness can quickly turn into a nightmare when the silence is broken by unexplained sounds, and the canvas of your tent is the only thing separating you from the unknown. This story will make you reconsider your next camping trip.
Make you
Meet
reconsider your
Hakan and
life.
Nihal from the YouTube channel Bizim Aile. They share their various experiences, often venturing into nature and enjoying outdoor activities like camping. While their content usually captures lighthearted
Look at that
moments
setup,
and culinary
man.
adventures in
So
the wild,
cutesy.
one particular camping trip would take a dark turn, revealing how suddenly tranquility can shatter into terror. The video opens with Hakan and Nihal setting up for the evening, preparing a meal at their campsite. They seem relaxed, focusing on cooking and enjoying their time together,
More like
unaware of the
cheese
unsettling
cooking.
events about to unfold. They prepare, then later, serve the food. A peaceful moment that would soon be overshadowed by fear.
Look at that.
Çayı unutursan şöyle bırakılır. Böyle.
Denesi gelmez öyle.
Ben yakma nasıl tutuyor?
As evening progresses, they discuss future cooking plans. The atmosphere still calm and ordinary, while dealing with a deflating air mattress inside their tent. A common camping inconvenience, the mood begins to shift.
Ses var. Hakan. Maç abi istersen bir ses var.
Uh-oh.
Çok ses var Hakan.
It's then that Nihal distinctly hears a sound from outside, a noise that cuts through the night's quiet, instantly putting them on alert. Hakan initially tries to downplay it, but the sense of unease has begun to creep in. The strange sounds persist, growing more distinct and alarming, making them question what could be out there in the darkness.
Ya ne yapacak şimdi? Ya o sesler ne?
Quiet.
Köpek öyle mi ses çıkarır?
Nihal, becoming increasingly frightened, urges Hakan to investigate, even suggesting he take a hatchet for protection as he cautiously ventures to look.
You see that look at the, he like looks at the camera like, why do I gotta go out there with my
He's
hat?
like, fuck.
Bakın çok bir şey var orada. Ne yapacak ya? Silah da yok.
The uncertainty of what is making the noises, whether it's a common animal or something more threatening like a bear or wolf, heightens the tension considerably as Hakan tries to peer into the night.
Görmüyor musun? Bir sürü ses var.
What?
Ya köpek olur mu? Öyle mi yapar? Bayağı bir sürü ses var.
Exactly. He's like,
The
why the hell do
situation
I
takes
gotta
a
go out?
terrifying turn when Nihal believes she sees something moving near their tent, her voice laced with panic.
Bakın yavaş yavaş içinde şuradan bak hadi.
Başka bir şey.
Elinde ışık var işte hadi.
Korkmuşsa.
Uzaktan bak öyle fazla yanaşma.
Daha var mı kurt?
Ya ne bileyim kurtulsa kaç içeri.
Nasıl kaçacağım kurttan?
İyi de hadi içeri gelirse
İçeri giremez.
ne bileyim yer mermi çadırı. Hakan!
Hakan attempts to keep her calm, but the unseen presence becomes more aggressive. The sounds are now unmistakably close, as if something is circling them, and then begins to interact directly with the tent.
That dude.
Ticabirlerinden çadırla ne oynuyor?
Dude, she just grab a knife? What is that?
Hakan! Hakan arkanda!
Bağırma sus.
In a chilling moment, Nihal screams that the source of the noise is right behind Hakan, just outside the thin fabric of the tent. The encounter climaxes as the entity seemingly scratches and pushes against the tent, as if attempting to force its way inside, an experience Nihal later recounts with sheer terror.
Ne biliyor ne olduğunu. Resmen çadır tırmaladı. Ay nasıl korktum. İçeri girmeye çalıştı ama ya.
Although the immediate physical threat appears to subside as the noises eventually stop, the psychological impact is profound.
Herhalde.
Vallahi bilmiyorum ben yatamam bu korkuyla.
Nihal is deeply shaken and terrified, expressing her inability to sleep, while Hakan tries to offer reassurance by saying he will remain on watch.
Sen yat ben beklerim.
Vallahi ben çok korktum uyuyamam ki.
Ben beklerim bakalım. Gitti zaten herhalde.
Ya çok geldi ya. Bu resmen iyice oynadı.
Yemek aradı bulamayınca gitti.
Keşke silahlı olsaymış. Ben uyuyamam ki.
The end of their tent is visibly torn, a stark and chilling reminder of how close the unknown visitor came and how vulnerable they were. What was lurking outside their tent that night? A desperate animal or something more inexplicable? The ambiguity only adds to the chilling nature of their experience. While Hakan and Nihal were physically unharmed, the terror of such a close and aggressive encounter in the isolated wilderness is undeniable. One thing is certain: their peaceful camping trip transformed into a harrowing ordeal, a stark reminder that sometimes the most terrifying things are those you can hear but cannot see. They'll surely think twice before underestimating the wild again.
You ever wonder, wouldn't it be funny if
Still
somebody
recovering
left like
from that
a
last
flaming
story?
bag of poo? You know?
You might want to brace yourself.
That would be funny.
Things are about to take an even darker turn.
Yeah, I mean,
About a
You just went, yeah, pause it.
like a flaming bag of poop.
Yeah. So it's when they leave, when they get out of the tent, it's like what? And then they start pounding down, you know, on the bag, and there's shit in the bag.
And they can't really clean it off.
Yeah, so they
That's
have
like
to
some
have
actual evil demon shit.
and they have shit on there too, and they can't
Like,
get
come
the shit
on.
off.
Yeah, no, that's like actual evil demon shit to be doing.
Yeah.
Like what? They can't even clean that shit off, dude. They can't even get a new pair of shoes.
Dude, she was ready to shank. She was ready to freaking kill somebody.
Yeah.
She was like, she had that knife ready, and he's just like, chill out, lady. Chill out, baby.
Come on, calm
Baby,
down.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I want her on my team when the zombies hit.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what this shit is right here.
Yeah.
A year ago, a video was uploaded to a relatively unknown TikTok account known for sharing eerie content about Wendigos and other creepy creatures said to inhabit the woods.
Yeah, Wendigos.
While the channel had posted similar material before, this particular video stood out for its deeply unsettling nature. Titled Wendigo Encounter, it was far more disturbing than anything the account had shared previously.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
Guys, there's a right. What's right there? What's that noise? You guys hear that? That's definitely a Wendigo.
It began with a man and his dog trapped inside a remote cabin, nervously pointing a laser pointer out the window in an attempt to locate the Wendigo. Just moments later, something truly terrifying occurred. Something that would leave any viewer deeply unsettled.
There's a couple, for sure. Hey, watch them. This is crazy. Dudes are everywhere. Where the heck is it? I can't see it. Hey, hey. Knock it off. Dudes are everywhere. You guys hear it?
Holy crap. want one of those lights.
That's when it became clear. Someone or something was on the roof of the cabin. The sound of
What?
crawling echoed above, accompanied by the unnerving creaks of doors being tugged and windows rattling violently. It was as if the shapeshifter, known in legend as the Wendigo, knew someone was inside and was trying to get in. This encounter remains one of the most disturbing ever captured, an experience that brought the man terrifyingly close to death. His heart pounded with fear as he struggled to make sense of what was happening. Yet one haunting question still lingers. Was it truly a Wendigo, or just another elaborate hoax? Based on what the video reveals, it didn't appear to be a person trying to scare him. Whatever it was real enough to instill sheer panic and pose a genuine threat to his life.
I don't
Venturing
understand.
into
I didn't
remote
see
wilderness
anything.
can lead to
Yeah, neither on that one, honestly.
I thought those Rottweilers would have freaking ripped the shit out of somebody if they were messing with them.
incredible discoveries. But sometimes the most unsettling encounters aren't with the ghosts of the past, but with the unpredictable nature of the living. These will make you reconsider your next isolated camping trip.
Thanks.
Meet Tommy, the
Hi,
adventurous
Tommy.
spirit behind the
Yo,
YouTube channel
Tommy.
Tommy Dial. His channel is a gateway to forgotten history as he explores abandoned locations, forgotten trails, and places reclaimed by nature. From decaying structures to serene yet isolated landscapes, Tommy uncovers the stories hidden within these forsaken spots. With a keen eye for detail and a passion for the unknown, he draws viewers into his expeditions. But one particular adventure would prove that some discoveries come with an unexpected and deeply unsettling price. Tommy set out with a clear goal: to find an abandoned fire lookout tower, rumored to be pitched high in the mountains, a relic from the early 1900s.
Long before satellites watched from space,
Tommy
or
is
helicopters scanned the ridge lines, there were fire towers. Built by hand in the early 1900s, fire lookouts rose from the mountaintops across America. I recently heard of one pitched high on the mountains, abandoned, and left to stand the test of time.
Eager to uncover this piece of mountaintop history, he ventured deep into the rugged terrain.
Eager to find out, I wasted no time, racing deep into the heart of the mountains on the search.
However, the journey quickly presented its challenges.
Well, we ran into a slight problem already. Just started to turn onto this trail to go up the mountain, and there is a tree blocking this. Don't know how long this has been here.
An early obstacle, a fallen tree, blocked his path, forcing him to manually clear the way. This was just the beginning of a demanding trek up a narrow and overgrown mountain trail, putting his vehicle and his resolve to the test.
Currently making our way up this almost 20-mile trail into the mountains that hopefully leads us to the fire lookout. I have no idea. We're just kind of hoping for the best. But man, this trail that we're on is much more narrow than the trail that goes up to our cabin. So really wish I had some clippers. It'd be easy if I was in like a Jeep or something, but and my truck is a bit wider. It's
going to be quite the tight squeeze.
The path to the fire tower was far from straightforward. For hours, Tommy navigated treacherous roads, encountering multiple dead ends that forced him to backtrack and seek alternate routes.
bad news. I have no idea why, but there is a gate in the middle of this and it is locked. Not ideal. So I think we might have to go back down the mountain and take an alternate route, which we've been driving up the mountain for like an hour.
The punishing conditions even led to damage to his truck, adding to the mounting frustration of the search.
Officially on our third route because these loggers got lazy with the road up there. The bumper got stuck on something and this whole thing flew off and we put it back on, but it's totally broken, ruined. So
Despite these setbacks and the hours ticking by, His determination to reach the elusive tower and camp there remained unshaken.
We are officially going on 5 hours in the truck looking for this place. So, really
Don't
hoping
give up.
that the third time, I think, I have a good feeling about this. We'll see. I really want to see it. Really want to go camp this lookout, but if not, we'll have to conquer it in another video. But I have hopes it's going to be out here.
After approximately 7 hours of relentless searching and navigating a barely there road deep in the backcountry, he stumbled upon an unexpected and intriguing find: an old, abandoned homestead.
We are about 7 hours into looking for this watchtower now, and we are 8 miles in the backcountry, and we just came across what seems like an old homestead up here. This is really, really crazy.
The homestead consisted of a few decaying structures, including what appeared to be an old well house and the rubble of what was once the main living quarters, seemingly destroyed by fire.
Here's the first structure that's closest to the so-called road, but it looks like from the outside this would maybe be a well house. Yeah, you got this big jug in here. It's probably the entrance to the well. It's to be the old living quarters or house area, but it seems that it burnt down.
Research revealed the earliest record of the place dated back to 1935, though its exact inhabitants, whether they manned the nearby watchtower or were a family living in isolation, remained a mystery.
Curious about the history of this place, I did a little bit of research, and here's all I was able to find. The earliest record of this place was August 16th, 1935. Now, there's no cold hard facts on who actually lived here, but there are a few assumptions. The most obvious being it was the people who lived here that manned the watchtower and spent all of this time up here, considering it was such a hard place to access. While others believe that it was just a family who
That's
lived there
beautiful.
for decades with zero affiliation to the watchtower.
Finally, after an arduous 8-hour journey filled with obstacles and unexpected discoveries, Tommy arrived at his destination, the Fire Lookout Tower.
After almost 8 hours, we had arrived.
There you go.
All the things that we had been through the day, from traveling on these so-called roads to battling these high winds.
He cautiously climbed the weathered structure, the sketchy ascent rewarded with a breathtaking view.
I'm gonna walk up this lookout tower.
Man, if this thing's collapsed.
I don't know how high I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna go up a little ways. Oh, this is so stupid.
No way. Get off there, dude.
Definitely be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, okay.
Because this was pretty sketchy.
He also explored a small, garage-like building and what seemed to be a cellar near the tower. The original plan to camp at the Fire Lookout had to be abandoned, as the structure was too dilapidated and unsafe.
Now, the original plan was to camp at the Fire Lookout, but after seeing it, it was too run down to do so.
This necessitated a change of plans, leading Tommy to find an alternative campsite by a lake as evening approached.
It's an absolutely gorgeous night, so I think once the sun continues to set and it gets too dark for Levi to continue to swim, which, if you asked him, and then go find some dinner, and I think we might find a camp spot somewhere here down on the lake and relax tonight. So
he set up his tent, looking
You
forward
sound so
to a
positive.
peaceful night after a long and
Here.
eventful day.
got everything in a bin. I'm just gonna grab the stuff that we need for tonight. Jet oil. We got a sweet little place here. Nobody close to us. So
Not
we're
yet.
gonna get this tent unpacked and set up. Have a nice night's sleep right by the lakeside. The three of us are officially squared away after a long and exhilarating day, but it was a ton of fun. So we're gonna get some good sleep tonight.
As night fell, around 10 p.m., Tommy settled in, but an inexplicable feeling of unease kept him awake while his companion Sarah and his dog Levi slept soundly.
Like a really good plan. When we laid down to go to sleep, it was approaching 10 o'clock. I was looking forward to it. For some reason, I just had a really interesting feeling in my stomach, and I couldn't fall asleep no matter what. So while Sarah and Levi were sound asleep, I laid there for hours.
Later, his unease was validated when a car came speeding into the otherwise empty parking lot, slammed into a
That is
tree,
beautiful.
and then stopped about 50 yards from their tent.
Something odd happened. I heard a car come flying down the road and into the parking lot where we parked so we could set up camp. And we were the only ones parked there. Kind of strange. Now, at first, I was just thinking, maybe this is just some kids being kids. No big deal, right? Well, then the car slammed into a tree and took off speeding the other direction before eventually coming to a stop about 50 yards from our tent. Dude gets out of the car. He was clearly drunk out of his mind and had no idea.
A large, clearly intoxicated man emerged. Tommy watched him from the darkness, even calling park rangers who unfortunately never arrived. And an hour later, Tommy, still unable to shake his bad feeling and aware of approaching storms, made the difficult decision to pack up camp around 2 a.m.
And it was approaching 1:30. He had been quiet for almost an hour. I eventually got back in the tent and tried to convince myself, just go to sleep. Everything's all right. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it, and I knew that there were storms on the horizon rolling into town. At this point, it's now past 2 in the morning, and I came to the tough decision to let's just pack up camp and get back in the truck before the storm hits.
By 3 a.m., just as he finished packing the truck, the storm hit with full force. Thunder, lightning, hail, and rain.
I had just finished packing up the truck, and the storms hit. Thunder, lightning, hail, rain. I mean, it was coming down.
It was then, while reviewing footage, that Sarah alerted him. The man was standing directly in front of their truck in the downpour.
Finally happened. It's 3 in the morning. I'm looking over some of the footage that I had just captured that day, that you guys just watched. And when all of a sudden, Sarah just said my name. I looked up in front of our truck, in the pouring rain, in the hail, just standing there.
He would have had to walk directly past their former campsite. They quickly drove away, relocating to a rest station at the top of the camp.
He eventually walks by our truck, and I peel out of there and just drive up to the top of the camp where there's a rest station and bathrooms.
After warning other people there about the man, they saw him again, walking down the middle of the street towards them, emerging from the darkness about half a mile from where the initial encounter occurred.
And we kind of saw that they pumped their brakes as they were driving off and swerved around something, which was strange. We went out of the darkness about a half a mile from where all this originally happened. Here he comes, walking down the middle of the street, right back at us.
Who knows what might have transpired if they hadn't trusted that gut feeling and left the tent. Fortunately, they didn't stick around to discover the worst. After another call, park rangers finally arrived and reportedly dealt with the individual.
If we'd never got out of the tent, but luckily, we didn't hang around to find out. We ended up calling the park rangers again, and they finally came out, and I believe they picked him up, and thankfully, nothing bad happened that night.
This chilling encounter serves as a potent reminder. While exploring the unknown can be thrilling, human unpredictability can introduce a far more terrifying element. Always trust your instincts. They might just save you from a situation far more sinister than any ghost story.
Yeah, I think it's fake.
Solo
Tommy's
camping
full of
offers
shit.
peace, but sometimes the solitude can bring an unexpected sense of unease, especially when the surroundings themselves feel unnerving. Here's a chilling account of a camper who found himself feeling genuinely creeped out. Meet the creator behind the YouTube channel, Nowhere Bound. He, along with his trusty companion Juniper, often seeks out remote and beautiful locations to
That
share with his
Juniper looks
audience,
awesome.
embracing the tranquility of
Little
nature.
crusty dog.
His videos typically capture the joy of exploration and the serenity of being outdoors. However, one particular night would test his comfort levels in an entirely new way, proving that even seasoned campers can be caught off guard by the atmosphere of a place. The adventure began, like many others, setting up camp in a seemingly peaceful spot. The host initially explored the area with Juniper, noting the details of the flood-prone landscape behind their site.
So this is the whole area behind our campsite, and you could kind of tell that it is a flood area. I mean, when the stream is high, all this debris is piling up on the trees.
As evening approached, however, the mood began to shift. The host found himself camping directly across from an old,
Juniper, that is
somewhat
a great
imposing
name for a
building,
dog.
and the campers who had been nearby mysteriously vanished, leaving their tent and belongings behind.
It's getting very dark, as you can see. I'm camping right across the street from that building. The people who were camping just left, but their tent and everything is still set up down there, so I don't know what's going on with them. They may return.
This, coupled with the encroaching darkness and a failed attempt to start a proper fire, set a somber tone. He confessed a growing sense of being creeped out, an unfamiliar feeling for him during his outdoor excursions.
Gotta be honest, I'm a little creeped out right now.
Yeah.
And this is the first time this has ever happened to me camping. I don't know if...
The unsettling feeling was amplified by the profound quiet of the location, punctuated only by strange animal noises he couldn't quite identify, and the persistent calls of whippoorwills, sounds he rarely encountered.
It's the building or the quiet or that Juniper is just restless. Once in a while I hear strange animal noises that I've never heard before. I think they're frogs. There's multiple whippoorwills, and I don't hear whippoorwills very often.
The combination of the eerie building, the silence, and his dog Juniper's restlessness contributed to his decision to abandon his cooking plans and simply retreat into his camper for the night. He even posed a question to his viewers, wondering if they too would feel comfortable camping so
At least
close
he has
to
a
such a
camper.
structure.
It's not some thin ass
So
tent.
I think I'm just going to have a snack and call it a night. And I usually don't get creeped out. But we're going to
You're
just
gonna have
get
a
in the
snack and
camper,
call it a
hunker
night.
down,
Yeah.
try to get Juniper to settle down.
Oh.
Would you camp right across from a building like this?
Yes.
Inside the camper,
At a
the host
camper?
admitted that while he
Yes.
was sure it was his mind playing tricks, the building across the way had the distinct appearance of a place that could harbor a poltergeist, being mere feet from his campsite.
This is definitely a new thing for me. I've never had creepy, weird feelings at a camp before, and I'm sure it's just my mind playing tricks on me. But it definitely looks like the kind of building that could have a poltergeist in it, and it's
He opted to close the blinds and watch a movie, trying to distract himself from the oppressive quiet and the unnerving proximity of the old
Sweet
homestead.
setup.
The night passed fitfully, and the following morning, he recounted having had a rough night with little sleep, still grappling with the incessant fear of being haunted.
well, it's been kind of a rough morning. Besides the lack of sleep and the
Despite the unsettling night, the morning light brought some reassurance. The host acknowledged that while the experience was spooky at first, it ultimately turned out to be okay, and he would even consider returning to the Ring Mill campground.
Ring Mill campground in the Wayne National Forest. It was a little spooky at first, but it turned out to be okay. We'll definitely come back.
The mystery of the abandoned campsite nearby and the true nature of his unease, whether it was the building, the isolation, or simply his imagination, remained. Sometimes the most unsettling encounters are not with tangible threats, but with the profound creepiness a place can exude, playing on our deepest anxieties. For the host of Nowhere Bound, it was a reminder that the wild can be unpredictable, not just in its beauty, but in the feelings it evokes. Fortunately, his unease was confined to a sleepless night, a chilling memory rather than a dangerous confrontation. One thing is certain, the eerie presence of that old building left a lasting impression. That's
You know what, man? I don't think creepy vids is very creepy.
No, it's kind of kind of goofy, actually.
It's kind of like one of those videos you want to watch when you help you fall asleep.
Yeah, like I think watching that helped me like get ready for bed tonight.
Yeah, and exactly. I might just go back and watch a couple more of his vids and pass out.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. I think we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah,
Been on here for almost 3 hours.
That's the longest one we've done for this show. So.
Heck yeah.
So.
But yeah. So. Yeah, that wasn't creepy at all. One of us. That was lame.
Yeah, just kind of, it was still entertaining though. So. Yo, happy birthday to your mom, Library.
Yeah, Library. Happy birthday, Library's mom. But yeah, we're gonna call it a night here. So we've been on for almost 3 hours.
Oh.
Replay King. Yeah, we'll be doing it again next week, Mike. So yeah, I love that picture. That was pretty good.
It's like
picture.
actually one of the coolest things ever, honestly. I love it. But yeah, all right. Yeah, but that was awesome. We should watch more scary vids.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Probably less of a chance of getting a copyright strike doing that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for showing up. Tuck. Next week,
I'm back.
We're good.
Next week we're good. All right.
All right.
You guys have a good night. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. Thanks everybody. Have a good night.